Hello, heroes and villains. Welcome to Multiverse. If I trust the evil YouTube, Live at 5 should be live as soon. It says upcoming here, so let's hope they're not pulling your legs. So just give me a minute so that I can adjust my settings. And also, just to be on the safe side, if you can hear me, say yes. I don't see the chat just yet. Well, I'll see the chat in just a minute. Today we play with hero characters, so I'm a bit surprised to see a whole bunch of evil villains over here. But if somehow we don't get heroes, then yeah, we'll probably take a few villains, but we'll give the priority to heroes first. The reason for that is quite simple. A lot more heroes and villains play the game, so we have a lot more hero players who are trying to play with us every week, and sadly, very often they don't get the chance. Sadly, at the end of the day, there's a room only for 8 people in the group, and usually also we have Shadow Lady with us, so that's really 6 people. Almost there, stay on target. And today, an old team. We'll take people the way they are. I toyed with maybe having a absolute theme, but we'll save that for some other occasion. So almost there. Stay on target. So that should do it. So let's see if we can see the chat now. Come on, evil YouTube. Oh yeah. So Don says yes. J Torres says yes. Octavia Combus says hi. Nightcrawler says hi, multi and everyone. Yes. David Sharp says hi everyone. I hope everyone has been having a good week. I'm not feeling well. Not going to be playing today, but I'll be watching the stream. That's okay. Take the time you need to get better. That's what's important. As long as you're watching, it's all good. Octavia, how is your day? The day is good. We had a really nice and sunny day. Rocky might be a bit excited. He was a bit excited today. He kept on wanting to go out, come in, go out, come in. He loves going out in the sun, but it was still a bit cold today.
Run for your life.
I was a bit surprised though. Maybe people are outside enjoying the sun because wrong. There's only 2 phases right now, and none of them are even full. Well, 3 phases if we count the PvP phase, which I never do. There's only like 2 or 3 people in that phase. So I guess people are outside enjoying the nice day, the nice weather, the sun coming back. I can't really blame them. If we weren't here, that's what I would be doing. So this week we won't have Shadow Lady with us. So too bad, so sad.
Run, run.
We'll have to wait next week to hear her laugh.
Get away.
For Laven, hello Multiverse, hello Froy. Ritter Savant, last Friday in every. Oh, is it? Oh, that's why we have evil villains. My bad. I'll be back. Almost there. Wildcat is asking same phase, win phase 2, but we're playing. We're going to play evil villains today. I haven't seen the month. The time goes by so fast. I didn't see the month go by, and I did not even occur to me that today was Evil Friday. I'm gonna have to change my title. Just give me a minute. So for the map, let's go to phase 2. Add the Superman statue, absolutely. So sorry guys, my boo boo. I didn't realize today was Evil Friday. So I hope you guys can forgive me. So Miss Pix Trixie. I could have sworn with someone else. I will wait a bit. So guys, sorry for the boo boo. So we are in Metropolis. We are in phase 2. And we are in front of the Superman statue. So if you have an evil villain that you want to play this Universe Online with, Wildcats, bring on your villain, absolutely. So while we wait for people, we'll chat a bit. But before that, I guess I have to go adjust my settings. The month went by so fast, I did not even see it go by. It never occurred to me that this was the last Friday of the month. Dang it, I haven't seen it. When you become an old guy, time flies by very, very fast. You guys may recall when you were kids, sometimes a day, a week, the summer would take forever. Actually, no, the school a year would take forever, and then the summer would go by really fast. It's even worse when you're an old guy. When you're an old guy, you don't even see time go by.
Help! Help!
So let's change this here for Evil Friday.
Whoa!
I'm not sure if I could find.
Run for your lives.
Just give me a minute. Let's see if we can find a good.
My cryogenics technology needs only a few refinements.
I guess not. Well, we'll do that later, I guess. So this week, guys, we finally got the sort of conclusion to the Light and Rain, the storyline, which sadly was not the best, I guess. Well, let's go with this one, I suppose.
Help.
Now we've been playing this storyline for like a year and change, a year and a couple of months. And after all this time, we got a non-ending. That was a little bit disappointing. I have to admit. I was really disappointed. Already, we knew that we were not getting a real ending when we got the DLC. But I guess we were hoping against hope that we finally would get an ending, an actual ending, maybe with the aftershock. That was pretty much the last hope we had to get some sort of actual ending. And sadly, it didn't happen. Moody is asking Multiverse, where you from? I'm from Quebec, Canada. Or the Great White North, as we call it. Red Knight says, almost close to get the Gardner gloves for those lantern ring. Yeah, I made a video about that. It didn't occur to me when I looked at the Gardner ring, at the Gardner gloves. We got some new Gardner gloves added to the game, added to the vendor, and I noticed something that I haven't seen anyone mention somehow. There was a Green Lantern ring with those gloves, included with those gloves. So if you've been meaning to have a ring with your Lantern characters, like obviously we don't have a Blue Lantern ring, we don't have a White Lantern ring, but we can use the Gardner gloves to fake having a White Lantern ring or a Blue Lantern ring. Obviously, it still has the Green Lantern symbol, but I often mention in this Universe Online, you do the best you can with the styles you have, and these are the styles we had. I guess we could do something while we wait. We could play an alert, and let's go and do that.
Whoa!
Oh, didn't realize we had someone a bit low level. That didn't matter. We can do it. So today somehow, not that many people seems to be in the game. And that's to be expected. We had a really nice day. It's almost like a spring day today. although a bit of a cold one. Despite the nice weather, despite the nice sun, it was a bit chilly. I wouldn't go outside without my winter coat today, or even my winter boots. Come to think of it, although for the boots, not so much for the cold, but the we still have a lot of salt, a lot of little gravel, a lot of little rocks that kind of eat away at your shoes. So Red Knight, I'm glad that you're almost going to be able to get the gardener gloves. And yes, the gloves are a bit expensive, 100 currency. Also, sadly, the devs made it cannot trade, so you have no choice. You cannot like farm it with an alternate character. You have to get it with your main character, with your actual character. It's a bit sad, but what can you do? And let's see what we're waiting for. Oh, not sure why. There we go.
Get away.
Oh, we're waiting for Monster.
Run! Look out!
Look out!
Oh my god!
XDBD is asking a multi-question. Do you know how to get that star material that this guy is I assume you mean wearing? I'm not sure if it's a. Oh yeah, that seems to be the nebula material. Still at this point, you cannot really get the nebula material. You could try your luck on the broker. Take a look at the broker if maybe the nebula material is there. Unless it's the cause. No, it seems to be the nebula. You can see the little galaxies and stuff like that. And this one seems to be the bright nebula or the white nebula chromo material. So we did answer Moody. Red Knight says, good thing that the week is 3 times Mogo Sprout, so it's easy work to get. Yeah, but somehow we still don't have we don't have a lot of people today that are.
Run! Run!
I'm not sure why Pooh is not.
Run for your lives!
Oh my god! Do something!
Ah! Look out!
Oh no!
Oh, le Batman is here. Nightcrawler says, I can't remember which season event has the wet paint. I think it was the Valentine seasonal. So sadly, if you missed it, you're gonna have to wait a bit.
Help! Help!
So we're still waiting for Pooh somehow.
Get away! Please, you've got to help.
Oh!
Oh, there we go.
Get away!
Right now it says you can get that material from Marketplace. Not right now. You could at some point. It was part of the Ape Mart at some point, but right
All
now
right,
you can't
here's
really
where
get
the
it.
fun begins. Top priority here, shutting down the matron's operation and saving those kids. She's got Red Lanterns working for her, so you better be ready to fight.
Pops is asking, are you going to talk about Superman Day?
That's a Sinestro
Almost.
move, isn't it?
That's your move.
I might do that tomorrow.
Make the rage-powered woman angry.
I was planning to do that yesterday, and somehow it didn't happen.
Come on, let's take those
So
constructs
it's going to have to wait for tomorrow.
Enough! I'm going to tear you all
Let's cool this place down.
This always gets around. She's called in some of her Red Lantern buddies. Get ready for a fight. That laser's Kryptonian. Not good. Watch out.
So I'm trying to take a look at the chat. I don't know why. There we go.
Punishment you shall receive!
So I don't understand the question. Would you rather see your YouTube grow or knee grow? Oh, I see that. I fell into it.
Constructs, Red Lanterns, the laser. What, you run out of kitchen sinks to throw at us?
I tolerate your insolence no longer! To the death!
Almost there. Stay on target. Yeah, I fell for it, Pops. Absolutely. Octavia is asking, when is Superman?
Please.
If I was a betting man, I would say that Superman Day will probably be April 14th.
Let us have a truce. You can release the children at that control panel. Evacuate them while you can.
XDBD, this guy was wearing a material that was different. It was like the American flag. Oh, that's the Amazonian material. That's from that one is from the marketplace. Amazonian common material or something like that. I forget the actual name.
Your power is nothing.
Oh, I forgot.
Rage.
Those crystals are supercharging atrocities.
Oh, noes. I'm not sure why it does that. I hate that. Reminds me why I don't use. Reminds me why I don't do. Why doesn't it? Oh, there you go.
Atrocitus is vulnerable. Let him have it.
Reminds me why I don't use brawling a lot.
Let's wake the dead.
So Superman Day should be April 14th if all goes well.
Crystals supercharging atrocities.
No, I don't have any insiders information. It is pretty much an educated guesstimation.
That's it. He's exposed. Pour it on.
Cold as ice.
Obviously, this week we should have the April's Fool event. And if I'm not mistaken, we might also get the Spring Seasonal. There's someone, I forget, there's a YouTuber who saw the feeds for the Spring Seasonal. So somebody did a boo-boo. They got the feeds by accident.
He's normal again. Take him down.
And if I was a betting man, that seems, based on the name, I would say that we might be getting the Swamp Thing style. Actually, it's only like 3 pieces of style from what I understand. But still, some people have been waiting and waiting for the Swamp Thing headpiece.
Go ahead and run, you big red
Which is
cow.
more or less the one thing we still needed to recreate our friend
Atrocitus
Swamp Thing.
probably ran off to hang out with his new pal, the Matron. Doesn't matter. We'll find him and her and deal with them both.
already we could use using some of the spring seasonal styles. We could already recreate a pretty good version of Swamp Thing, but it looks like they might be giving us the headpiece. Batman Universe, Hi Multiverse, I have a question. Do you think, because it's been 10 years since Batman v Superman movie got out, do you think this Universe Online will make a Batman v Superman emblem again? Nah, that's not going to happen. It's not a matter of 10 years or anything like that. It's some copyright issues. In a nutshell, they don't. Oh, who did I not invite here? Could have sworn. Oh, there he is.
Oh no!
You've got to stop them.
So we'll wait a bit for people to join. If not, we'll have no choice. No choice. We'll have to invite Le Batman. Evil. Where's Evil? So if we don't get people, we'll invite Prophet and Batman. We'll wait 2 minutes. Well, give me a chance to read the chat a bit. Oh, we have Antonio. So let's invite Antonio. So we need one more. And we'll be good to go. So yeah, for Batman versus Superman, it's a copyright issue. In a nutshell, DCUO doesn't have the rights to the movies. They don't have the rights to the animation. They don't have the rights to the TV shows. They only have the rights to the comics. So that's why I guess somebody way back when they gave us the BVS emblems, somebody did boo boo. Probably somebody in legal thought they could do it, and somehow they could not do it. Maybe some of the dev team did not know about the restriction. I'm not sure exactly what happened.
Run!
But when they gave it to us, they were not supposed to give it to us. We had a similar issue with Supergirl. We had Supergirl from the TV show added to the game. And again, for rights issues, I'd had to remove the Supergirl from the TV show. It was at the time it was a costume that I forget her name. Melissa Benoit. It was a name that Melissa Benoit had in the TV show at the time. So they gave us a Melissa Benoit Supergirl costume for a short while as a legend character. Now, if you did purchase it way back when, you still have your Melissa Benoit Legends.
Stop them!
If not, too bad, so sad. You cannot get it anymore. We were able to get those items for roughly 1 month before somebody realized that, oopsie, DCUO did not have the right to use those.
You've got to stop them.
So we're not going to see anything related to BVS. Yeah, they could decide to give us, let's say, some other Batman emblem and some other Superman emblem if they wanted to celebrate the occasion. But I don't think Warner really wants to celebrate that. I know that Zack Snyder is pushing for that a lot, but I'm not sure if Warner or DCO really want to push that, because at the end of the day, that is what killed the Snyderverse. And the coup de grace was the Justice League movie by Josh Whedon. Yeah, I know it's Joss Whedon.
Run!
Just having a bit of fun with Josh.
Run! Run!
So I guess we're gonna have to invite Prophet. I would invite Le Batman, but we did invite Prophet first, and then we had to, without meaning to, kick him out because it was Evil Friday. So we'll start with Prophet. If there's some more room later, we'll invite Le Batman. But right now, we'll give the priority to. Oh, actually, yeah, we'll give the priority to Prophet. Unless he turns us down. Oh, there we go. Dang, lots of controllers today. So we're going to in a nutshell, we are going to play the same mission because we're going to play the eight-player version of that same mission as a raid. Batman Universe 10 years. The movie got out today. I remember way back. That is when we got the BVS emblems. And I remember also at the time, like we had been waiting for some Batman and Superman emblem for so long that the fact that they were adding them, I snatched them right away. I know that some people were complaining that the price was too expensive, but we had been asking for that for so long that as soon, actually even before the game was down on maintenance for like 8 hours as usual, but there was a short window around noon where the game came back for like 10, 15 minutes, and I snatched the emblems right there and then just to be on the safe side. The last thing I wanted was to miss out
They're
on getting
hiding
those
something
emblems.
in here, and they really don't want anyone to know about it. Too bad for them.
And sadly, those emblems were supposed to be a permanent addition to DC Universe Online at the time, to the marketplace. And 1 month later, they were gone. Not even a month later.
I promise.
So sadly, there are people who were waiting to get their paycheck or who waited before buying the emblems, and they've been regretting it to this day. Now later on, we did get the classic Superman emblem and the classic Batman emblem.
Guess we better not
For Batman, we did get a couple of other emblems to sort of make up for it, but it's not the same as having the BVS emblems.
Should shut down these force fields. Good work, but we're not done yet. Secure those armored panels.
Moody, Multiverse, what do you think the devs can do to make the game better? There's a lot of things they could do. The first thing they could do is better communication. Although what we thought was bad communication seems to be their strategy. If you may have noticed, their main strategy, their main business model is FOMO. They're using FOMO to try to get people to purchase items on the marketplace. And the lack of communication or the no communication seems to be part of the strategy. If we don't know what's coming up, people cannot prepare for it. And then when they see that something is added to the marketplace, they rush to buy it, not knowing is it going to be there for a week, a month. And that seems to be intentional. That seems to be part of their strategy. To make it so that people don't know if the item will be available for long, so they buy it as soon as they see it on the marketplace. Personally, I don't agree with that, but there's nothing I can do about that.
Okay,
Actually, the one thing I can do about that is that I try to keep you guys informed. If I do have information that somehow the devs don't seem to want to share with you guys, I'll do it. Speaking of which, tomorrow, if all goes well, I should have a video showing some information that people have been waiting for. I'm hoping to be able to do it tomorrow, but I could do it later this weekend. I'm not sure just yet. It's just going to be a matter of if I can get around to editing, doing the editing tomorrow. Usually Saturday is a pretty busy day for me, so I'm hoping I will be able to produce the video for tomorrow.
Drop the guards to unlock the cells they're next to.
But to make the game better, to begin with, I would change the strategy for the storylines. Instead of using the storylines that the devs, the important storylines that the devs seems to want to tell, I would actually tell storylines that have been popular DC storylines. The most popular Batman storyline in the world that we ever had is Batman: The Dark Knight Returns. And to this day, I cannot believe that we don't have a DLC about that just yet. Like, after 15 years, you would think that by now we would have a DLC about The Dark Knight Returns. And nope. And especially considering, like right now, the devs want to have multiple DLC storylines. With Dark Knight Returns, it could easily make it 3 DLCs, 4 DLCs. Like the first DLC, Batman versus Two-Face. The second DLC, Batman versus the mutants. The third DLC, Batman versus the Joker. And the last DLC would be Batman versus Superman. It seems like such an obvious choice, but somehow it did not happen. And I saw some people try to defend the let's say, not so good storyline, basically saying that the devs are not comic book writers, so we cannot expect them to write
Please, stop them.
good stories, I guess.
Still on the road. Use that console to open the door.
But then I pointed out that they don't need to come up with good stories. We already have those.
Not really.
All they have to do is select stories, like in the case of Batman, the most popular Batman story in the world, the most reprinted Batman story, is The Dark Knight Returns. There's also Batman Year One. There's also Batman: The Killing Joke. So it's not like there's no embarrassment of riches when it comes to storylines just with Batman. And if you go we have thousands and thousands of stories in the DC universe. So there's no reason why they could not select some of those stories and turn them into DLCs. So I guess the first thing really I would do to improve the game would be that. To actually select popular storyline as opposed to storyline that nobody cares about. Like something that people have been asking for a long, long time was to add the Legion of Superheroes to DC Universe Online. But by the time they added the Legion of Superheroes, instead of adding the Legion of Superheroes with the Great Darkness Saga, which is not only the best, the most popular Legion of Superheroes story, it's one of the DC's most popular story ever told. So if you want to tell a Legion of Superheroes story in DC Universe Online, the Great Darkness Saga would have been an obvious choice. Just as, like for the Teen Titans, the Judas Contract, that was the obvious choice, and luckily they went for it. But for the Legion of Superheroes, somehow they went with the Bendis Legion, something nobody asked for, and a series that did not even last like 18 months. So there was no demand for the Bendis Legion, and there was no demand even for the Bendis comics. But that is when they decided to add Legion of Superheroes to DC Comics. That's what they went with.
Please, hear me. The battle's over. Do not lose yourself to rage.
Very well. Let us have a truce.
Now there are some storylines like
You can release the children at that.
there's some storylines like some Hellblazer. Let's say they wanted to make some Constantine DLC. Sadly, so some of the Constantine comics like Hellblazers, that comic was made under the Vertigo imprint, and it was very adult.
This is a fight you won't win. Your power is nothing next to my undying rage.
So I don't think they could use those storylines. Although in a roundabout ways they kind of did a bit. So
Those crystals are supercharging atrocities. Destroy.
so for something like Constantine, I could understand if they cannot take the most popular Constantine storylines because these stories are Vertigo stories, very adult stories.
Nice. Atrocitus is vulnerable. Let him have it.
Your defeat will be as bitter as my cold heart.
So better stories, and that would be very easy to do if they just lift the stories and the dialogues from the comics.
Crystal supercharging
Now you may have noticed, let's say the dialogues, not the best, and the stories either. So in order to make up for that, well, they should use stories and dialogues
That's it. He's
that have been written already by much better writers.
nobody.
And in the case of The Dark Knight Returns, there's also a two-part animated series. They could even reuse the dialogues. I think Peter Weller was playing Batman in that series. in that
The crystals are back. Wreck 'em.
movie in two parts. So they already have the dialogues recorded for Batman. Like I know that for some people, Kevin Conroy being gone is a bit of an issue. Oh,
He's normal
but
again.
if they use the Batman voices from the animated movie, it shouldn't be an issue, I think.
Go ahead and run, you big red coward. Your cat's braver than you. Atrocitus probably ran off to hang out with his new pal, the Matron. Doesn't matter. We'll find him and her and deal with them both.
Oh, an evil chap jumped on me. Okay, so we did Moody with the game better. Oh, Aiden says by letting Multiverse become the director. Yeah, maybe, but the problem is that I would probably make a lot of changes. And if you have already a lot of people within the structure that are, let's say, for the direction that the game is going in right now, if somebody would come in and try to change the direction of the game, it's guaranteed that you would be facing bureaucratic resistance. Like the people would actively try not to do their job, or they would do the minimum of the minimum of the minimum to make sure that the director is trying to make all those changes doesn't really succeed. Which is why very often when you see a new administration, they usually clean the house. They get rid of everyone who could offer them such resistance, and they start fresh with a new team. Which I think might be what happened when Maps was let go.
Help! Help!
Although in that case, I think it might have to do more with cutting cost. In a nutshell, they got rid of people who had been there for a long time and probably were a bit expensive, and they replaced them with less expensive staff. Now that is a speculation on my part. I don't have any insiders' knowledge about that, but that would be my guess. Seeing what happened and also seeing how it happened, it looks like they letting go a lot of people and replacing them with a new team was an attempt to cut down on cost. Evil lag. Wildcat says my villain is useful. Absolutely. Tariq, hello Multi. I gave DCUO a break, but I need to come back. You ready for Easter? That's all right. If you need to take a break, I get that.
So here's what Sinestro and I have been
What I
working
try
on.
to do is that I try to take a break. Like when I finish the event, like when I finished the previous two events, usually I try to. That's when I try to take a break. There's a couple of days where I play the game only if I really need to. Like for example, there's at some point we had triple stabilizers, so I would play the stabilizer mission and pretty much not little else. I would still play a few things, but anyway. So whenever we're between events, which sadly doesn't happen all that often, but again, sometimes we have a couple of 2-3 days a week between two events. That is when I try to take a break and either not play or not play as much. Oh, I think we have our last one here. So even though I do take a break, it doesn't show because
I will endure.
I did not really take a full break.
You will beg forgiveness.
So, love is the key to reaching Zamaron. Fortunately, I have a plan. That should be enough rings. We know how to operate their teleporter, and I have the rings we need. Meet me inside the Kane Street Mall.
So let's go inside the mall, which is challenging when the evil Star Sapphires are trying to attack you. Oh, everyone is dying. Octavia, I can't find a mission for Dr. Fate's belt. I'm not sure if it's a mission. I think it's collections you need or briefings. I forget. I made a video about it. If you look for Doctor Fate, you might be able to see my video. Or if you just look for, if you Google Doctor Fate belt, DCUO Doctor Fate belt, you should be able to see. There's probably a wiki page showing you where to go for the belt.
Take it easy on the Star Sapphires. If anyone gets killed, you're going to have to answer to me.
Oh, Jeffrey says your show must be good because I'm at work watching. Best show in the world.
Violet light, protect me.
Did I go to the wrong spot?
You'll pay for that.
I guess not.
Love is my shield.
Abra-crap. It's Zatanna. She's been whammied by the mist.
Oh, Jeffrey, I missed. Hello, everyone. So then your show must be good. Okay. I see. See, I told everyone we would get rings. Aha! When you're right, you're right. Melkev, I agree. Instead, we got this Jeffrey Epstein-ish storyline. At least the kids get saved. I think. Not really. There's hope that doesn't get saved. So the thing that terrifies me is that the next four DLCs will be the search for hope,
Got to resist.
which I hope won't be the case. But sadly, again, lack of information. We don't know anything, so we're gonna have to wait to know more. Rayshon says hello multiverse and everyone. I sell my Xbox console today. I no longer have Xbox. I only have PS4 Slim. Yeah, Xbox. Things are not going well for Xbox, so I can imagine a lot of people are probably trading their Xbox for
Sinestro,
PlayStation.
are those Star Sapphire rings?
Now PlayStation has issues too,
Violet rings are powered by the emotion of
but
love.
from the looks of it looks like Xbox. This is going to be the last. The new Xbox will be the last.
But our rings had
The last incarnation of the Xbox, and afterwards it's going to be like a firmware.
places, allowing us the ability to bring two hearts together if that love is in jeopardy.
So it would seem that Microsoft decided to give up on the console war. And Ray Sean says, I own 17 games on the PlayStation. That's how it starts. Before you know it, you'll own 1,000 games. Tao is asking, is anyone having problems logging into the forums the last couple of days? I gave up on the forums a few weeks ago. The last time I was there, the last time I tried to go there, it would take forever to log in, and the last few times I was not even able to log in. So the forums are so slow. I don't even bother going there anymore. And the devs anyway don't really post there either. Volterra really posts on Discord, so that's really where you get information.
You'll pay for that.
For what little information we have, either from the Discord or from the DCUO website itself.
It's only because of my feelings for Carol that we're here in the first place.
So I don't know if they gave up on the forums or they just have uber issues on the forums. But either way, the forums are pretty much unusable at this point.
Love reign. No.
The forums have been a bit pointless anyway. They pretty much weeded out anyone with any comment that was not so positive. They pretty much got rid of those people. And they seem to have done that a little bit also on the Discord. So they don't seem to want
City has enough going on without your particular.
they don't seem to want people who don't have positive things to say about listeners online. Pup says I would have joined, but DCU is kind of boring right now. I understand. I myself hate the current storyline, so I can't really blame you guys. Oh, I guess we forgot a container along the way. Oh no! We broke the mission. Oh well. Quick look to make sure that we didn't do a boo boo. So someone's in this choice stack here. Let's get out of here. Oh no, I'm lost. Where am I going? Oh no, it's going to take us to ranks. So let's go back to Metropolis. Oh well, we kind of broke this one, I guess.
Get away!
So let's get out of here, and we'll go. We'll wait for people to come out, and we'll go play something else. I'll give me a chance to read some of the chat. Moody Multiverse, what is a style you would love to see? That's a good question. I would love to get a Superman, a classic Superman style. We don't have. It's something that we should have had in the game a long time ago, especially for the chess piece. Like, I don't care if they give us like the chess piece with an emblem that is color locked, like a big emblem that is color locked, with the neck open, like the Black Adam chess piece we have. That would be great. Like a slim line with the neck open and the big S emblem. That would be great. No emblem, but that does support an emblem. That would be as good. But basically, the classic Superman. We don't have the classic Superman style in the game, which makes no sense. In a DC game, it's something we should have had a long time ago. At least once they decided that they would allow us to get iconic styles. So we should have had the Superman style a long time ago, and somehow it didn't happen. Pop says the events burned me out. Honestly, I've only bought out once before. That's all right. I understand. If you're burnt out by the events, I can't blame you. It can get a bit exhausting. That's why when we have a few days a week between events, like sometimes we have a gap, an event ends, and we don't have an event that starts right away. That is a good time to take a break and try to relax and go do something else, like maybe play. Um, Crimson Desert, maybe? Although this Crimson Desert is a bit challenging at first, not so much challenging as the controls. The controls are a bit messed up. But that's a minor nitpick. There's a huge world to explore, so that alone makes up for that. Tahoe, I wish we could mark some base items as favorite. That way, yeah, we've been asking for that. Once you have hundreds and thousands of base items, yeah, trying to find a specific base item is a bit of a pain in the butt when you decorate your lair. Andre Robinson, hello Malty. Just like you, I started my DCO journey with Magneto character years ago. Which power set is ideal if I want to go back to him? Mental. Mental is what I was using at the time. At the time, the metal powers were split into two trees. There was a telekinetic tree, and a elemental tree. I forget. Anyways, I would use telekinetic powers like telekinesis and mass levitation and stuff like that to fake out Magneto's powers, and it worked great. Still works great. Namos says, "Nah, it's been bugged all day. Couldn't find the last boss 3 times. When that happens, I just don't play it. Way back when we got the Brainiac Returns DLC, that one has so many issues. I think I didn't play the game for like 3 months. I was waiting and waiting and waiting for them to fix the bugs, and it took them forever, or what seemed like forever at the time." Bob says, "Can I shoot my styles?" Sure. We'll stay here for 1 more minute, so you have 1 minute to show us your styles. If you don't show it to us right away, you can wait a bit and show it to us after the next mission. I'm sure it'll all be fine. Nightcrawler says in the solo, "Do you know the name of the the Blue Lantern material?" There's no name because we don't have that material in the game just yet. Like we have it for NPCs, but we don't have it for players just yet. If I was a betting man, I would say that by the end of the DLC, before we get the new DLC, we might get the material then. Like, if anything, we might have got it for the new rewards, but we just got the new rewards, and the material is not included. So there might be another batch of new rewards towards the end of the DLC. So if I was to take a guess, that might be where we'll get the Blue Lantern material. Radioactive Bird says, "Evil!" Absolutely. Namas says, "I love a Kratos power and skin." They can't do it. Different company, even though God of War is a Sony game, although DC Universe Online is not a Sony game anymore, so nah, it won't work. Not really possible, I think.
You've got to stop them.
Namos says they should add 2 new powers to each power set to keep things interesting. Well, it seems that what they're doing right now is they're adding augments. So they're adding a lot more than 2 powers. They're adding five new powers at a time. So that's how they're making things interesting. Pop says, "Nah, I meant like on Discord." Oh, sure. You can show me whatever you want on Discord, Pops. That's not a problem. Melkev says, "I like to see someone put a Witchblade style together, but I don't know what style to use for that. Honestly, I haven't tried to create a Witchblade, so I would have to look it up first."
Run! Oh my God, do something!
ShotSpotter says, "Multiverse, best streamers 2026. I don't care what anyone says." That's very kind of you. Copper El Gato? Copper El Gato. Okay. Says multi and a peace sign. Peace, Copper. And Moody says, "Remember when I met you on the DCO Discord server? I fangirled so hard. Then, not gonna lie, lol." That's alright, it happens. Don't worry, other people have been fangirling, so you're not alone. So I guess we'll go play some. So we tried Hope Burns Bright. So let's go play Raging Knight because why not? Some of you guys might still need some currency for that. And I think I still need some to rank up my artifact, my OP items a little bit. If I can get out of here at some point. There we go. Let's give a bow to everyone who's here. Oh, that girl from AU. I hope you aren't having too much fun without me. How can there be any fun without you? That's impossible.
Oh no!
So see how mean she is. She comes and twists the knife in our wounds. Evil Shadow Lady. Oh, and she says, "Kick all the bus, multi." We do what we can, but sometimes the game bugs on us. Evil game. You would think with all the money they're making with the booster bundles and time capsules and all that stuff, that they would be able to fix everything, but apparently not. Copper El Gato says, "I am a Green Lantern Jr." That is good. So I guess you're here. Nice to meet you. And Shadow says, "Well, he was so kind for a moment. A moment is all it takes."
My nitrogen vats may be harmful to the likes of you, but for me they're the fountain of youth.
So, who are we waiting for? Oh, we're waiting for Pooh again.
Oh my god. Do something!
Evil Pooh.
Get away.
We'll give Pooh a minute. Maybe the game is lagging a bit. If not... That was quite a scream. Maybe we should find a new spot. I'll have to give it some thoughts.
Please, you've got to help.
Okay, Pooh had his chances.
Run.
Oh, so we have Dragon Rock.
Run for your lives. Oh no!
Could have sworn with someone else, but we can see him now, so Dragon Rock will do. But it's false advertising. It looks nothing like Trigon. Very disappointed. Moody says, "Well, I have to go now, but I hope that all of you have an amazing day." Thank you, Moody. Much appreciated.
Reading a lot of Black Lantern energy in here. Looks like our spectral friend brought us to the right place.
Because your spectral friend is awesome.
Sinestro and Larfleeze could be in big trouble, and it's up to us to get them out of it. Let's go.
David Sharp says, "Sorry, that's life is all that." Yeah, sadly, sometimes life doesn't want you to play DCUO. Life can be mean that way. Melkev, multi, if or when they make alts as allies, who are you making as an ally for your main? Actually, I already have a whole bunch of characters. I have about 38 characters. I'm not sure if I have 39 yet. Or I may have 39, come to think of it. So I already have a lot of characters. So,
damn, we're trapped.
But I'm not sure which one I would take. I have to admit, I would have to give it some thoughts. Obviously, for my Batman character, I would take my Red Hood character that has a Robin Armory. For Superman, I might take my Superboy. So in some cases, the mix is obvious. The team up is obvious. But for my multiverse, I'm not sure. Since it is multiverse, I would probably alternate with different characters. find the Razor artifact is a good one. Did you see, guys, how the health of the NPCs melts away? And not just that, it also heals your character. Like, obviously, I did not need healing, but in some of the in my video for the Pages of the Black, I'm sure you guys saw sometimes my health would go down way down, and then the Razor would bring it right back up. So if you're not using the Razor's artifact, you're crazy. The one thing though is that I probably should do that now. The only thing though is that when you switch armories, you have to unequip and re-equip your artifact. That's the one big drawback
Take out the guys with runes that match
that
the
we
ones
have.
on those pillars. Then take the runes to the pillars. Okay, good. Runes locked in. Runes
Good.
locked in and good to go.
Not here.
That rune is locked in. Nice. Okay, good. Runes locked in.
But yeah, so for the
Clumsy, inept.
alternate character is a sidekick.
Yo.
Yeah, I don't know which one I would
Good
use.
to go.
But again, we don't know yet how it's going to work exactly. So I guess let's not put the cart before the horse. Let's see what the system actually is, how it works,
Runes locked in and good to go.
before we start fantasizing too much about it.
That rune is locked in. Nice. Okay, good.
Oh, that was
Runes
strange.
locked in and good to go.
A radioactive bird. Is there an antagonist in the Green Lantern lore about Necron?
Nice.
Above Necron? Not well. There's a what's her name? The lady with the planet around the neck. I forget her name. But we already have her in the game.
Okay, good. Runes locked in. Runes locked in and good to go.
Voltoon was the first Lantern. I don't know if he was above Necron.
Runes locked in. Nice.
Maybe. Been a while since I read the comics, so I would have to look it up. But from what I understand, Perpetua was above Necron, but I could be mistaken.
That's it. We did it. Check on Sinestro. He's looking rough.
Wildcat says they spammed, couldn't join, they kept spamming. They kept spamming me. Who was spamming who?
Time to adjust the temperature.
Who was spamming you, Wildcats? I don't understand.
The path forward is clear. Follow me to the next chapter. And Larfleeze. So this is Larfleeze's personal hell.
I was expecting the giant auction.
Wildcat says I was
selling
poo, they
off
kept
his
spamming
charity.
invites. Oh, sorry
Those
about that.
orange constructs belong to Larfleeze. His so-called
You can set it so that you do not get invites. I would strongly suggest you do that. So once you get invited into the group, go to your settings next time and set it so that you cannot get invites. That way, nobody will be able to spam you. Radioactive Bird, I haven't read the Green Lantern comics in like 10 years, which is why I wasn't sure, lol. It's alright. Nobody has been reading comics for the past 10 years. Divine, do you think they will ever add any more powers to the game? Absolutely not. That ship has sailed. Oh. That ship has sailed. What they're gonna add is augments. It's easy enough to do the math. I know power costs $5. People are willing to pay $50 for a new augment. So why would they give us something? And also, I know augment is only like six ability as opposed to what did we get? 12, 16 powers before. So 6 abilities for $50, or making 12 ability for $5. Again, the math is easy enough to do. So I don't think we'll ever get new powers. The augments are the new powers we'll get. Divine, thanks for the reply. I'm just not that familiar. It seems like people would want more powers, like colored rings or just anything. Really not super familiar with augments and what they do. Augments are pretty much like new powers. The exception to that is that it's only a handful of powers as opposed to the 12, 15, 16 powers we used to have. Honestly, I would have to go and look it up. I can't remember how many powers we had. And with the augments, they only make 5 new abilities for $50, which is much cheaper probably to produce than what they would do for a new power. So they make so it's at least half the work, if not more. They make 10 times as much money. There's no reason for them to go back to giving us powers. You guys may have noticed. You're not learning anything here, but they've been trying to monetize the game a lot more for quite some time now. And it's something they've been trying to do for at least since the House of Legends. Since the House of Legends, there's been a desire to monetize the game more. And you might notice also they're using they've been trying to use tactics from mobile games for the Sinners Online. Like all the FOMO stuff we have, that's straight from mobile games. The Imp Mart mobile games. The events for a limited time. And I tried with the allies before. With the allies, if you guys remember, when we first got the allies, we had to pay $25 for the legendary allies, and we had to pay $25 for each character. So each character we wanted to use the ally with would cost us not $50, $25. So you wanted Batman at the time. We had the Flashpoint Batman. So you wanted Flashpoint Batman for Multiverse, $25. You wanted Flashpoint Batman for your Batman character, another $25. And also the legendary alliances. Now we can get the legendary alliances from Cyborg, but way back when we had to purchase them basically $1 a piece from the marketplace, and you need like 65 of those. So in a nutshell, you had to purchase 65 legendary alliances, so $65 plus $25 for the ally itself. And not to mention, if you decided to purchase all your alliances, it could cost you easily $200, and that was for one ally for one character. That was crazy. Luckily, people almost revolted, so they added the allies to the cyborg vendor, and they made it so that if you did purchase the allies on the marketplace, you could redeem them for every single characters in your account. But at first, they did try to make the allies very very expensive. They knew that the allies were something highly requested, so they made them very very expensive at the time, and tried to aggress. They were very aggressive in trying to monetize the game at the time. But that did not really work, so they that did put a break to that for a while. But as you saw now, they came back with the events, with the they came back with the events. They came back with the augments and the wolf pack tokens and a whole bunch of other ways to monetize the game even more.
There! You have it! My lantern! Give it back!
We'll be holding onto your lantern
until you help us, buffoon. Are you serious?
Recoil in terror.
Father Too Wicked. Well, what augments do you think we're gonna get, Mr. Verse? We already know that we are going to get a Black Lantern augment and an Orange Lantern augment. Now, some of us have been speculating, like the Black Lantern augment would make sense for Halloween, but I don't think they already gave us the augment slots, so I don't think they will wait for Halloween for that. And the same for the Orange Lantern augment would have made sense for Christmas. Pretty sure they're not gonna wait for Christmas. So we already know that, like we already have the two new slots for the augments. And we already know that the Black Lantern and the Orange Lanterns are on the way. So if I was to take a guess, that will probably be the next two augments we will get. Divine says aesthetic purpose more than function. It's always weird how developers seem so out of touch with what we want. But what do I know? I'm just some guy. It's more than just being out of touch. Sometimes they actively don't want to give us what we want. It's as if they've decided that what we want is problematic, and they really don't want to give it to us. So sometimes they'll give us something else that's not really what we wanted. Like we've been, I mentioned that before, but the devs are pretty much like the monkey's paw. If we ask them for something, even when they give us what we ask for, they still manage not to give us what we want. So I'm guessing that there might be some things that the devs really don't want to give us. So they find some sort of workaround sometimes to sort of give us what we're asking for without really giving it to us.
Your struggle is pointless, but amusing.
Okay, good. Rune's locked in.
Radioactive, I can't get back into Neverwinter because of how many different systems shop with their own specific currency and XP you have to keep track of. Yeah, Neverwinter was bad for that. DCUO had a similar issue for a long time. They did simplify things a little bit with source marks. At some point, they had simplified things with marks of triumph, I think it was called at the time. But yeah, they too many currencies, too many different vendors. It becomes a bit very convoluted very quickly. But yeah, Neverwinter. Yeah, I remember it was already back then. It was a mess. There was way too many systems. Also, that's where the for those who do not know, that's where the artifacts came from. In Neverwinter, you could have 3 or 4 artifacts, I think, but only one of them artifact was active. The other two were passive. The other 2 or 3 were passive. Does that remind you of anything? And it was not an accident. Jackster came from Neverwinter. So when Jackster came to DCO from Neverwinter, the very first thing he did was give us the artifacts. And at first it was innocent enough. It was like artifacts rank 80, then 100, and then 120. But then they kept on raising and raising the cap to all the way to 200.
Deliver the runes to the book to weaken her.
I am the author of your demise, fools.
Namos, if you missed the White Lantern augment, will it come back? We don't know. That's part of their FOMO strategy. We don't know if it's gonna come back. So when people saw that they had missed the event, they had no choice. Either they had to spend $50 to get it right now, or it's quite possible that they would never get the augment again. So they're keeping us ignorant so that we don't know what's coming up. So if we see the augment for $50, do we buy it? Do we wait? But then again, if we wait, we don't even know if it's going to come back. Where sadly is pretty much the strategy they have. Now, if I was a betting man, I would say that it might come back someday with the Imp Mart. But the truth is, I have no idea. And right now, for all we know, it's not coming back.
Unending suffering awaits.
Parting is such sweet sorrow. Until next time, fools.
Damn it! She got away. Again. At least we rescued these two.
Strength of
We'd have escaped on our own, Raynor. Well,
eliminate
I would
every
have.
weakness.
Only with
So let's get out of here.
for which I would have charged you again.
So yeah, so for the white augment, we have no idea if it's going to come back. Oh, San says, oh noes, I'm late for Evil Friday. I need to finish cooking so I can join on Evil Friday. It's okay, take the time you need. I already did my cooking to feed Evil Rocky, so we're good. Oh, let's go to phase 2. Just to be on the safe side. Divine says makes sense. It's just also weird because they want money, right? So why not sell it to us? I assume the math tells them that if they give it to us for a limited time with FOMO, a lot of people will jump and purchase it then. As opposed to if people know that they have all the time in the world, they could decide to say, okay, I'll buy it next week, next month, in 3 months, and maybe end up never buying it. So it's their strategy to try to increase, like basically it increased sales short term, but yes, you're right to point it out. They lose sales long term. But it would seem that the current devs are very focused on the short term and not so much on the long term.
Run!
Wildcat says, want a second more powerful troll? I think troll-wise we're good.
Whoa.
Oh, so we lost a few people, it seems, or am I still in the mission? No, we lost a few people. So if you guys want to join, the time is now. We'll wait a bit. Stoic PJ, I just came back to the game. Is there a purpose for excess renown commendations? It's to try to make sure that people will be able to complete the renown. Because I think they came to realize that when they made renown difficult to acquire, People did not purchase the currency to purchase the elite gear. In a nutshell, they're trying to get people to purchase the currency, but if you don't have the renown, where's the currency? Like they're trying to get people to purchase the currency, but if you don't have the renown for the elite gear, well, obviously you're not going to purchase currency to purchase the elite gear. So they're giving us a lot more renown to make sure that we can purchase the elite gear and to sort of encourage us to purchase currency to purchase the elite gear because the elite gear is pretty expensive currency wise. So that seems to be their new business model. So we have room for one more. I don't know if Pooh wants to come back.
Run for your life. Oh my god. Do something.
Sen says, no choice, no choice. I have to buy out these events. Yep, I missed and had to buy. Sorry about that for the wicked. Sadly, that's their current business model, and telling them it's not popular, it doesn't work. Or asking them not to do this, they're not listening. They're doing what they want to do, and this is it. So yep, missed it. Had to buy it. Radioactive. I could see why they'd focus on short term. The future of Warner DC is unclear, with all the shifts and stuff. Well, now we know that the future for Warner and the DC will be with Paramount. Now, what will Paramount decide? Will they decide to merge to take the license and give it to their own gaming studio? Will they keep on selling the license to Daybreak, same as usual? We don't know. So we're gonna have to wait and find out what happens. We've known that they had the license until 2030 or something like that. Basically, way back when we got the House of Legends, they had a 10-year plan, and we knew that they had the license up to that point. But that could still change.
Run for your lives!
So let us continue. I might as well go play the Fearful Day raid because why not? Come on, evil menu. There we go.
Run for your lives. Run.
You've got to stop them.
Devon is asking, are there other ways to get stabilizers besides the solo daily? Nah, it's either the solo daily or you have to buy them on the marketplace. These are your options.
Please, you've got to help.
Mike Wills says, hope we get more allies for character models in game. We got Constantine, now we need Dr. Fate and Gentleman Ghost. They could heal and buff damage. There's a lot of characters. That the sad thing is that they when they announced the allies, there's a lot of allies people have been asking for. But seeing how they release like maybe 3 allies a year, good luck getting all those allies. Which might be why they're giving us the alt kicks. Like with the allies, let's say you want to have the Robin allies, but somehow they don't get around to giving us the Robin ally because there's too many characters and not enough allies that they're giving us. Well, at least if you can, let's say, create an alternate Robin character and then use that character as an ally, then you can have your Robin ally.
Take him out.
fear. It was maddening. I almost died.
But the ally was a good idea, but
Thank you.
either it was too much work or they did not think it through.
I'm just a cabbage farmer.
Because again, there's literally hundreds of characters that people have been asking for or waiting for,
Some sort of
and but they produce 3 allies per year. So before they get around to giving us all the characters we asked for, it'll take a while. Oh, someone was too quick. Oh, someone was too quick with the rock.
Watch it. This chamber is unstable.
Nah, if someone is too quick on the draw, they click on the rock before it's time.
Great. There's more of them to deal with now.
Get over here.
Reinforcements.
There is a new power crystal to use in battle.
Watch for falling rocks.
You'll need to do better than that.
Sorry for ignoring the chat. That was a bit more focused.
More of those machines. Destroy them.
But yeah, for the allies, we're hoping to get more allies all the time. And there's allies that are highly requested. Sadly, the devs, there are certain things that the devs want to give us, and some things they don't seem to want to give us so much. Like, you would think a Joker ally would have been a no-brainer at this point, but they give us the Batman Who Laughs at least. But sometimes it's as if the DC and DCUO have been trying to replace Joker with Batman Who Laughs. Which seems crazy to me, but... Oh. Too fast, too fast.
Those circuits are corrupting Mogo's life force. Secure the nodes in each circuit to replace the yellow energy with green. The enemy will try to regain control of the nodes. Stop them if they do.
Stoic says, good deals. Would be nice to exchange those tokens for source marks. I'm not sure which token you're talking about.
This is gonna leave a mark.
The electrify guy, you don't want to get too close to him. He pushes you away, so you have to pretty much attack him from range. And there's no point in moving forward too fast. Like you saw, the ads are spawning behind us.
A left circuit node was secured. A right circuit node was secured. A node's been secured on the center circuit.
So there's no need to move forward. Like you can see, the ads are spawning here. So if we move forward too quickly, they'll spawn behind us.
Give it up. You can't win.
AI multi no Shadow Lady today. No, Shadow Lady doesn't like us no more, so she's not with us today. Can you believe it? She has something more important to do than be with us. That's crazy talk, but there we go. But she should be here next week.
The center circuit's getting fixed
I think.
by a heavy engineer.
At least as far as I know, it's only supposed she's only going to be missing today. But if she's going to miss more than today, she didn't tell me.
You're through, buddy.
Oh, there's a big guy.
It's over.
Did you see Razor? It broke the big guy's shield. It melted his health away. Normally I say that for the Lazarus Pit, but best artifact in the world. Well, don't tell Shadow I said that.
It's going to hurt you more than it hurts me.
Tucker says, I'm General Zod. Evil Zod. Wildcat's trying to show up with Lantern.
They sent a heavy engineer to the left circuit. Heads up.
Oh, I think we're done in the middle.
We finished the center circuit. Nice. Nice. We completed the right circuit. This is going to hurt you more than it hurts me. We completed the left circuit. Nice.
We've completed all the circuits. Excellent work.
This is the central core. They filled Mogo's primary crystals with yellow energy. We need to turn them green again. Take out the devices on either side of a crystal to restore their green light.
Divine says, so we boycott and stop playing until they listen. They won't. They'll come up with some excuse. They'll say, oh, the market has changed, or they won't. If you want to boycott, that's fine. If you don't want to support them, that's fine. You do what you want. It's your money, it's your time, it's your support. If they don't earn it, then yeah, why would you give it to them? But if you're doing that, hoping that it will give you what you want, it doesn't work like that. If you stop giving them your support, they'll find some way to not blame themselves. They'll find some way to say, oh, the market has changed, or the economy has changed, or the audience has changed, or they'll come up with some reason not to say that, oops, we didn't give people what they wanted, and here's the result. And we see that over and over. Before you think that this is science fiction or this wouldn't happen, we're seeing that happen with the Dragon Age, the Veilguard. We're seeing that happen with right now, recently with Highguard. We saw that happen with Marathon. There's no shortage of examples of devs not giving the audience what they want, and when it backfires, they don't take responsibility. They just blame the audience. So yes, if you don't want to support the devs, that is fine. Don't spend your money. I know there's the expression "vote with your wallet," and it's great. Yeah, you should not support a product that you don't like. If the product sucks and it pisses you off, then yeah, keep your money. But don't think that if you do that, you will get what you want. It doesn't work like that. Sadly, a great example of that is Star Wars. For years and years and years, fans have been voting with their wallets. Like Solo lost money when they did the Rise of Skywalker. They lost half of their audience by then, and still they gave us the acolytes. So you might think that if you don't give them your money, they'll give you what you want. It doesn't work like that. But if you don't like the product, if you're pissed at the devs, if you don't like what they're doing, then yeah, don't give them your money. It's your money. You do what you want with it. But don't think that because of that they will suddenly start giving you what you want.
His shield is down. Now's our chance.
Especially considering that we don't know exactly why they don't give us what we want. Is it really, like, some people often will blame Warner, the evil Warner or the evil DC Comics are preventing them from giving us what we want. Maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure about that.
Don't think so.
Like, if we look at the latest DLC, we got the conclusion of a year-long storyline, actually more than a year long, and we got no conclusion. I guarantee you, Warner had nothing to do with that. DC Comics had nothing to do with that. We got the
Look, his shield is down.
we got the non-conclusion that the devs decided to give us. So sadly, I understand that there are some people who are very, very quick to try to defend the devs and say that it's not their fault, it's Warner's fault or something. But nah, there's too many things that has nothing, too many issues that have nothing to do with Warner. And you have to wonder who are the crazy people who still want to defend the devs, because at this point, a lot of their decisions is pretty much impossible to defend at this point. But somehow there's always some people willing to do that.
Quick, strike while his shield's down.
If you've heard this one before.
Let me just warm up.
It's over. You're done here, Amon.
So if you want to boycott the game, yeah, no one can stop you from doing that. But if you're doing that hoping to get what you want, it doesn't work like that. XDBD, I know I said this before, but I'm going to say this again. At least us DCUO players don't have as bad companies to fighting games players. Well, it depends which fighting games you're talking about. Oh, no. Okay. It says last location, but will that bring us back to ranks? Let's find out. Oh no, we're good. So let's see if we're in the right phase. Oh yes, life is good. So let's give a chance for people to come out. Radioactive MMO versus fighting games for worst business practice could be an interesting discussion. Yeah, I suppose. Stoic. Oh, we don't commendation tokens. Yeah, it's all right. Lots of letters. I'm patiently waiting for the epic call of DCUO Wild. Bad news. Bad news. I don't really have any bad news per se right now. I expect we'll probably get the spring seasonal next week. We'll probably get the sort of April's Fool event next week. We'll probably get Superman Day April 14th, I think. So I have to admit, what are we going to get April 7th? I have no idea. I guess we'll have to find out later. Divine says you're 100% correct. It's just hard to see what's happened to gaming over the past few years. Appreciate the feedback. Like and she, it's crazy when devs do this, don't listen to players, give them what they want, and blame the players. Dev must be foolish and want to fail, not make money. They have other consideration than the players. The players' consideration is the game, having a fun game and enjoying it. Sadly for the devs often will have other considerations that sometimes have nothing to do with the game and nothing to do with what the players want. It's sad, but that's how it is. Likenshi, who thought that they have a business? Do they feel like they become servants when they please their customers or something? I don't get it. Well, that's the funny thing is that even in business schools, that's not what they're teaching them these days. They're teaching them not to give the audience what they want. They're teaching them to be activists before being businessmen. We see that even at the university level. So it's something. It's not an accident if we see that in a lot of gaming studios, but not just gaming studios. We see that in Hollywood. We see that for TV shows, and we see that also in companies that have nothing to do with gaming. Divine says the fact we don't have a crazy superhero villain MMORPG or Star Wars MMO that's not Knight of the Republic is mind blowing. They deprive us, so when they feed us, we are hungry. That could be their strategy. I wouldn't put it. I wouldn't put it past them to basically starve us on purpose, so that when they give us garbage, we'll eat it and say thank you. That I wouldn't put it past them. But we don't know. There's something weird going on with gaming. Like look at Crimson Desert. We have a game that seems to have some success, to be successful with the audience, and all the gaming journalists are busy doing is trying to destroy the game. It's crazy, but that's sadly the business we're in right now. Radioactive, we don't get much MMORPG in general, to be fair. Well, that might be the issue. Maybe that's why we don't get many MMORPG.
Oh my god. Do something!
Maybe they want us to be so starving for MMORPG that we'll accept whatever slop they decide to serve us in, I don't know, 2 years, 5 years. Oh, I think I read that. Divine says, I mean, if everyone stopped playing, that would be voting with their wallets. And it will. The problem is not that they would feel it or not. Sure, they would feel it. Look at Star Wars. Star Wars sure felt it. When people stopped going to the movies to watch their movies, we've been 7 years without a Star Wars movie in the theaters. So yeah, they felt it, but they still kept on doing what they're doing. They still gave us the acolytes. They still gave us Kenobi. They still gave us Ahsoka. So they still gave us the book of Boba Fett. So yes, they felt it. But that didn't stop them from still giving us what they were giving us. The same with Star Trek. No matter how much the Star Trek audience doesn't watch the shows anymore, they still give us Star Trek Academy. That's crazy, but that they're determined that that's the measure of their resolve. No matter how much failure and failure after failure they give us, they still give us the same garbage. So yes, voting for with your wallet, yeah, do that. But again, it doesn't mean that you will get what you want. If you're doing that to get what you want, you're going to be disappointed. Let's skip Kaznia for this week. We don't have Shadow with us, so playing Kaznia won't really be as fun. But yes, vote with your wallet. But do not do that thinking it will give you what you want. It doesn't work like that. Devon says you have great points, man. I appreciate it. You're welcome. I've been around the block a few dozen times, so that's why. And I've been in studios. I had to deal with producers firsthand, so I pretty much know that sometimes they have considerations that have nothing to do with the audience or even the product they're making.
Granny Goodness is using the Splinter of Destiny to power a super weapon called the Subjugator.
Oh,
We
no!
must foil Granny's plans and retrieve the Splinter.
So what are we waiting around here for? Let's get to smashing!
You
We're
hear
to
the
spoil
call to
Granny.
arms as well. This is good. Follow
That
me.
came out wrong.
Whoa, that is one big grumpy looking statue. Real craftsmanship. Solid construction, wow. Let's break it.
Life is pain. War makes us strong. I am ready for battle. You would test apocalypse? War makes us
So,
strong.
so if I was a betting man, I would think that we'll probably get the spring seasonal next week. So I would keep an eye open tomorrow. Tomorrow, some of the creator leagues will most likely release a video like at 3 a.m. to announce the new seasonal.
I can endure far more.
Based on last week, they seem to have started doing that.
Nothing can stop us.
Although, sadly, one issue that we always have every time is that even when they do have a sneak peek, even when they do give us information, it's incomplete information. We don't have all the information. Somehow it seems to be too much to ask to give them access to the vendor so that they can actually see the prices of the item. Or if they don't have access to the vendor, give them a list of the item with the prices. But that seems to be too big of an ask. Or it could be they don't want people to know the price of the items. That's quite possible. Also, for the spring seasonal, we should be able to get the elite Hazmat Henchman once more.
Again.
So sadly for some of the henchmen, like the Owen Tactical Henchmen, those were available for a limited time. The Hazmat Henchmen, the Elite and Virotech Henchmen, those were also available for a limited time, but they were available during the spring seasonal, from the spring seasonal vendor. So we should be able to get them back this year. So if you were not able to get the Elite Henchmen for whatever reasons, that should be your opportunity to be able to get the Elite Henchmen. Reminds me I should probably make a video about it. Maybe tomorrow.
All right, big girl. It's time to blow that grumpy statue into next week. Fire!
Oh, noes! They barely scratched it.
We're gonna need a bigger gun.
Are you finished? Clear the path and keep moving.
Nothing can stop us.
Radioactive is asking, Spring Seasonal is the Swamp Thing versus Poison Ivy, right? Absolutely. So for those who missed out on the Elite and Virotech Henchmen, you will be able to get them soon. Again, I assume it will be next week. I could be wrong. But either way, if it's not next week, it's going to be soon. Timothy is saying everything is too big of an ask these days, and they want to funds out of our wallet. That's it. Well, obviously, yeah, that's their main goal. And I don't know how much, like you often hear how the devs are passionate or something like that. I don't think a lot of those devs are passionate about DC Comics and about a game with superheroes where you have to punch the Joker on the nose. Like we see it with the latest DLCs, they're trying very hard to try to find ways so that we can complete the missions without punching anything. Like at the end of the day, this is a superhero game. We should be fighting super villains. Like it's not rocket surgery. Like the Joker wants to rob the bank. We stop the Joker from robbing the bank by punching him on the nose. It's that simple. But they don't seem to want to do that. They don't seem to want to give us that or to do that.
My furies was a terrible mistake, Harley. Darkseid will conquer the cosmos, and all will bow to
So they'll come
his
up with
will.
missions where we have
Still,
to feed refugees,
it's not
build
too late
tents,
to come back to us.
and stuff like that.
I'm gonna stop you there, Granny Clueless. The answer's no. You will serve Darkseid.
But yeah, everything's to be a big ask for the devs these days.
You are but insects beneath my
Discharge in 30 seconds.
Granny has a present for you, children. Pain!
Pain discharge in 10 seconds. Pain discharge in 5
Must
seconds.
discipline your children. Oh, I will crush you!
You're trying to power that thingamabob. Stop him!
How could you?
Pain discharge in 30 seconds.
Naughty children must be punished.
Beware my power. Green Lantern's light.
You will learn to behave.
We will destroy you.
That was for Ivy, Grandma Badness.
Granny
Rock of
Goodness.
Eternity has
And her
so
defeat
many
puts Calabac in command of the Parademons guarding the Subjugator. If you cause a big enough commotion, you might be able to lure him out while I sneak into the Subjugator control room.
Wait a minute. You're way bigger and barderier than me. Why exactly are we doing all the heavy lifting here?
Because you can crush the enemy, see them driven before you, and...
You had me at crush, sweetie. It's a deal.
David Sharp says it's about time for Big Bada to quote Conan the Barbarian. Yeah, that was a pretty popular quote. I'm surprised that they've used it. It sounds like something that the devs would find toxic or something. Mike Wills, I always laugh when I see some NPC in Frozen Mogul, like Darvik, or what's his name. He sounds funny and the dialogue is funny. I'm glad you're having fun. If you're having fun, it's all that matters.
Nothing can stop us. War makes us strong. Your bones will litter the earth. I can endure far more. War makes us strong. Life is pain.
Radioactive says these two random sisters got more attention than Brainiac returning. Feels like that shows where their passion is. Absolutely. I cannot disagree with that. Well, we saw during the last live stream. It's obvious that the current crop of devs we have, they're very much the new part of the new audience that we keep on hearing about. So that's probably the audience they would like to make the game for. Sadly, that audience doesn't play games. Again, we saw that there's a couple of games lately that came out that were made especially for the new audience, which is fine. If they want to have games for the new audience, why not? The issue is when they try to take a game, an already existing game, and then try to turn it into a game for the new audience. That is where it becomes a problem. Like when they take, let's say, a franchise like Tomb Raider and try to change the franchise for the new audience. They want to take the franchise away from the classic audience. That's when it becomes an issue. But it's been obvious for a long time that there's a disconnect between the devs and the players. What the devs want to give us, or what the devs think is cool, not quite the same thing as what the players think is cool. And we see it at every turn when they give us the Shroom hat, when they give us the dolls, like all the freaking dolls they gave us. Who uses that? I'm the only one I've seen who uses those dolls, and I use them, let's say, to make fun of it a little bit.
I need that distraction now.
Ooh, and I'm in a real distracted mood too. Come on, let's do this.
Or when they gave us the emblems from the Teen Titans Time Capsule. Like it was that one was almost insulting. Like people have been asking and asking for a Nightwing emblem, for a Robin emblem, for a Cyborg emblem. Our friend Jeffrey, poor Jeffrey, our friend Jeffrey has been asking and asking for a Cyborg emblem. And when they finally gave us those emblems, it was tiny cartoon faces that we got as emblems. That was. I think I pretty much insulted Megzilla when that happened. I said because I think she was the one who behind those emblems, and I said something along the lines that who thought this was a good idea. So I may have been the mean multiverse who broke her heart that day, but again, it was borderline insulting. Like people have been asking and asking for a Nightwing emblem, and when they finally give us that emblem. It's a freaking cartoon face. It was like, come on.
My father will come.
Especially for Robin. Robin is another one that has been highly requested. And it cannot be that hard to give us a Robin emblem. I can't believe that. But somehow it's too much to ask. Again.
Your might is nothing next to mine. Nothing.
So I guess the devs thought they were being cute or subversive or I don't know, funny maybe. by giving us those cartoony faces as emblems.
Father, what
But
are you doing here? I have these
it wasn't funny.
right where... Son,
Not funny at all.
the Lord of Apocalypse has no time for your mindless boasts, Calabac. I will dispose of this rabble myself. No, Father, I can still...
Mike Wills replace heating units and shelters, and beware some may succumb to the gray. Mike Wills, yeah, I get it. All will be well, but can that come with some water and food too? Mike Wills, corny, funny devs. Yeah, sometimes they try to be corny or funny, but it doesn't really work. Yeah, being silly for for an event like maybe the spring seasonal or the St. Patrick seasonal, sure, why not? But the rest of the time, especially for a time capsule, trying to be to give us funny items like jokey items for the time capsules, not really. That was again, that was not understanding the audience, and that was showing us that we have people making a superhero game who don't really like superheroes all that much.
My victory is inevitable. I am inevitable. You're wasting your time. I can endure far more.
Mike Wills, where there's a will, there's a way, and I have a lot of will. Some of those VA got me laughing. VA. Voice actors? Father to Wicked, I like those. I'm sure there's a few people who like those. There's at least, I would say, 3 of you guys who like those. But for most people, it was just a matter of liking it. It was pretty much a slap in the face. It was borderline insulting because people like imagine our friend Jeffrey. Our friend Jeffrey for years and years and years has been asking and asking for a cyborg emblem. And yes, technically we got the Flashpoint cyborg, but our friend Jeffrey is asking for a cyborg emblem. And when they gave us the Teen Titans capsule, when they announced that, oh, we would be getting a cyborg emblem, imagine Jeffrey's disappointment when he saw the funny cyborg face winking at him.
Well, I'm gonna feel that one for the next few months.
Radioactive, I think God of War 2018 is a good example of making a game for a new audience without completely disregarding the original fans. I don't even remember God of War 2018. Is that the Ragnarok one? The Ragnarok one was very woke. So I'm not sure if that's one you're talking about. Oh, Ragnarok was a bit too far. Okay, so I haven't seen the 2018. What I saw is Ragnarok, and yeah, Ragnarok was again it was borderline insulting. Imagine they're trying to be supposedly inclusive, but then they take what is basically Greek cultures, gods from Greek culture, and they piss all over those gods. They often complain about cultural appropriation, but there they took something that was a Greek culture and they tried to change it and take it away from turn it into something else, pretty much insulting any Greek. So I guess we're done with tier 7. Let's move on to tier 6. Do we start here? Last time we did. Let's start over here. Come on, come on. There we go. Ah. Could have sworn the God of War was with Greek gods, wasn't it?
Look out!
Oh my god, do something!
Whoa! Look out!
Ah, the nice big emblem. Radioactive Kratos and Zeus's fight destroys Greece at the end of the original trilogy. I only played the first game a little bit.
Whoa! Run for your lives!
Please, you've got to help.
But last I checked, Zeus is a Greek god. Kratos isn't Greek. Is that what you're saying? The Turks fought the Greeks. So you're saying Kratos is Greek? That's what I'm asking. PDG 90, the original God of War games were concerned around the Greek mythology. 2018's in Ragnarok were Norse mythology.
The god sphere is worse than I thought. Olympus, Apocalypse, Heaven and Hell all overlapping. If we don't repair the source wall,
Kratos is god of Sparta is Greek.
collapse.
Okay, that's what I thought. So why the Turk thing?
These rifts, spaces where different god spheres merge. Be wary. I do not know what we will encounter along our journey. I understand why the gods hoarded what power they could.
Nah, let's not do that, Turk.
Understand why we must trespass.
If there's any beef between the Greeks and the Turks, let's keep that elsewhere. Namos, Kratos needed to defeat many armies, so he pledged loyalty to Ares, who made him kill his family. Then Kratos killed Ares and became the god killer. Yeah, I only played a part of the first game, so I can't say I know all that much about the story. But I knew enough to know that it was pretty much inspired by the Greeks.
will fight you.
XDBD, I find that rate annoying sometimes because it feels slow. Namus, I do love God of War, one of my favorite games. I would love a Kratos skin for DC. We can recreate a pretty good version of Kratos in DC Online.
Pain. Pain.
I remember God of War, the first one. Well, it was a fun enough game. I haven't played it all that much, but I played it a bit when it was released way back when. But never went to play the second or the third game,
for the lost
or
souls
any other of the games, for that matter.
They deserve better.
Wildcat says I made a good one. Yeah, we can. We often see a good version of Kratos in DC Universe Online, and it seems to be a popular choice. We see it quite a lot. Radioactive, in the actual Greek myths, Kratos was an Olympian from birth, the son of Nike, I think. Not sure if you're making that up or if that's where Nike got the name.
Are you even a warrior?
But my early introduction to Greek myths was the Teen Titans. For some reason, George Perez and Mark Wolfman really did seem to like the Greek mythology. Maybe because Donna Troy was part of the team, so maybe that was their inspiration to go deep into the Greek myths. Also, Titans, the name Titans comes from the Titans of old.
Fulfill it if they interfere.
The gods act selfishly, Grail. You need not indulge them.
Such blasphemy. But I can do you one better. Once Hera restores Zeus's crown, he'll be powerful enough to kill even a new god.
Your so-called greater plan is a murder? We will stop you.
You will fail. No more holding back.
Multiverse, do you have a top 5 of PS2, Xbox, GameCube era games? Not so much.
Cease your attack.
My top 5 would be games like Dragon Age Origins, Fallout 3, DC Universe Online,
In brightest day.
You want my blood. Mother Box, summon
Dragon's Dogma maybe, and the name that comes to mind is Kingdom of Amalur, but there's probably other games I just forget.
Your bones will burn.
But Fallout 3, dang, did I enjoy that. Or Fallout New Vegas, for that matter.
That's right. Fight!
Not even
I am without
close.
fear.
Your bones will. Mother Box, summon reinforcements.
David Sharp says Nike was the Greek goddess of victory. You would have thought that, I understand that Nike is a short and
Sounds like that's
powerful
next.
name.
If you
But you would have
dare
thought
fail,
that
you will
for something
witness
like
the
running
destruction
shoes,
of
they would have gone with, I don't know, Hermes or Mercury.
That's your plan. I am relieved to learn that Grail works against Darkseid, but the plan is foolish multiple times over. We must stop her.
Oh, noes! We're full. Oh, well.
We battle.
But I guess Nike do more. They make running shoes, but not just for running, to play basketball, I guess, and stuff like that. So, yeah, I could say Victory might be more on brand than just running.
Tragic that even as their world crumbles, servants of Apocalypse remain loyal to Darkseid.
So when you play basketball with your Nike shoes, you're basically playing with the Victory shoes. Maybe we should ask the devs to give us some Nike shoes in the game. Oh, noes! We're grounded. I hate that.
I will destroy you for Darkseid. That's right. Fight. Halt.
I wonder what happens if you fall in the hole. Never did that myself. Maybe I should try someday. Hermes would go hard as a brand name. That's what I thought. But I can already see some funny guy call it herpes. So, yeah, I wouldn't go with that name.
I hope we do not cause offense.
Pain is life.
We do not falter. We cannot die.
Multi, if you haven't played 2018 God of War, you really should. It's a great game. I'll have to add it to the list. Everyone, who's your favorite DC comic character? The Batman.
We serve to our last.
I know it's not original, but what can I say?
All things.
And my favorite Batman is when he's drawn by Jim Aparo. Dang, I love his Batman. Ironically enough, for a long, long time, I only had like a couple of issues of Batman by Jim Aparo. So it took me what seems like forever before I finally got pretty much all the Batman comics he ever did.
We cannot die.
David Sharp says the original pre-crisis Superboy. So you mean Superboy Prime? No, I'm just kidding.
Serve to our last. Refuge and strength in all things.
XDBD Red X.
Do not falter.
Radioactive. I really like the original Jack Kirby version of Etrigan, but over the years he's become a little cartoonish. Yeah, the original Etrigan series, or the original The Demon series by Kirby, is a classic. Love it. It's around the time also where he did Commandi, and I forget what else.
All things.
Obviously, Commandi was them saying, "Hey, Planet of the Apes is popular. Let's do something like that."
Seems we must descend into hell itself.
For the demon, I'm not sure
Be
why.
careful. Demons revel in chaos such as this.
Not sure where the inspiration came from. Justin Addis, Clark Kent, Superman. Father to Wicked, have you watched Invincible lately? Yes, I watched the first 3 episodes, I think. And I guess I'm really tired of Superboy, not Superboy, but of Invincible and how it didn't occur to me at the time that a lot of the tropes we see today, a lot of them pretty much started with Invincible, like having a series called Invincible, and then having not just one, but 2 episodes focusing on Omni-Man and Alan the Alien. It's like, okay, it's like they didn't know what to do with Invincible that month, so let's focus on 2 of our side characters instead. So I didn't realize how much until I saw Invincible season 2. I didn't realize a lot of those tropes came from Invincible, and how much I was tired of some of them.
You're powerful for a mortal.
No.
Radioactive, I never found a source, but I feel like the demon was Kirby's way of writing the Hulk again. Yeah, I could see that because of the transformation.
Oh no, you do not.
Maybe a mixture of the Hulk and Doctor Strange because of the magic aspect. I don't know. Bedin, did you like General Zod in Man of Steel movie? Absolutely not. Not because of Zod himself, but because of the writing. Especially the scene where he goes like, "I will find him. I will find him. I will find him." Like it's like they needed "I will find him" for the trailer, and somehow they couldn't stop doing it. Like they made one take, didn't like it. They made another take, and then after 3 takes, they couldn't decide which one to put, and they put them all. Like there was no reason at all for him to go. He could have said, "I will find him" one time, and that was it. But nope, they had to keep on hammering the hammer on the head somehow.
Give me that crown.
I'm not a fan of Man of Steel, so
Show us that you fear nothing.
Foolish child from a pathetic mother.
pretty much anything you would ask from the Man of Steel, I probably wouldn't like it.
You have doomed yourself for nothing, child.
Insolent newcomer, today you face your doom.
Statues, protect us!
This new crown makes me unstoppable.
Hera, Zeus is too dangerous like this.
Zeus is king of all gods. And I, his queen.
After I strike you down, dark side, nothing will stop my...
Now I know that
reign
a lot of
of
Snyder
destruction.
fans are hoping that we will get back to the Snyderverse
You cannot allow
with Paramount purchasing Warner.
His revenge.
I don't think that would happen.
No mortal, god or new god.
Hera, help us before he turns on you as well.
By pretty much any metric, the Zack Snyder universe didn't work, and the James Gunn universe certainly didn't work either. An argument could be made that it works even less, but they need something else. The problem is that right now Warner and even DC are filled with people who don't like their characters very much. I don't think there's anyone at DC right now who really likes Superman at all. Which is probably why, again, once more in the comics, Superman is gone and he's replaced by Superboy Prime.
I grant
They
you
don't know
what
what to do with a
power
character.
I have kept in reserve. Hera,
Or
give me strength.
they just don't want to use the character. Maybe they dislike the character so much that they don't want to use it.
It matters not how many oppose me. I can destroy you all.
And it's not.
You fight for Darkseid.
I understand some people would say, put on your tinfoil hat.
In the future.
This is a conspiracy
Your time will
theory.
come yet,
But no, we've known for a long time that the people at the head of Warner's, not the biggest Superman fan. There's Kevin Smith who has the famous story with John Peters, where he met with John Peters to write Superman Lives. And the first thing John Peters told him is that there's three things I want or don't want. I don't want to see him fly. I don't want to see him in a costume, and I want to see a giant spider. So, so if you're wondering why they've been struggling with Superman for so long, whether in the movies or even in the comics, that is why. The people in charge don't like the character very much, and they at every turn they're trying to turn it into something else.
We cannot survive against many source blasts like that. Interrupt him if you can.
My lightning will still get you. Olympians, your king calls you to service. How dare you strike mighty Zeus? I will become the source. The power of the source can cage even you, Darkseid.
Hera, it isn't enough. I will summon your council with what strength I have left.
Radioactive, that tornado scene in Man of Steel is the funniest thing in cinema. Actually, the funniest thing in cinema is the Martha scene.
Lasso's out.
But I get what you're saying. Now, sadly, sometimes writers or creators, where's everyone? Try to be too clever for their own good. And the Martha scene is a great example of that. Zack Snyder tried to be very, very clever when he realized that Batman and Superman, that their mothers had the same name, but it wasn't a good idea. Sadly, there wasn't anyone who was strong enough to tell him, to tell Zack Snyder not to do it, that it wasn't a good idea. Sorry, I'm trying to get back to here, but I keep on being pulled away.
You cannot hurt Zeus.
Wait before getting back up.
You cannot hurt Zeus. For that, I shall cast you out. The Reaper already tried. Ha! You'll have to do better than that.
I'd reconsider that.
Sorry, I'm a bit focused. Fighting the evil Zeus.
You were warned.
Pathetic mortals. They will kneel off. How dare you strike my Zeus? Pathetic mortals. Ha! You'll have to do better than that. You cannot hurt Zeus.
did kind of hurt him a bit. Poor Zeus.
The only way to deny Darkseid his power is to return it to the source.
Then I have no choice. I return the source power to the wall.
A change of plans, then. I will destroy Zeus, demolish your council, and finally be done with your
Justina,
Your strength.
Justinadis. I know it's a bummer, especially since Superman is my favorite fictional character.
Victory
Wildcats
at last.
dropped
Not even the
a
gods can prevent us from repairing the
Pistachio.
source wall. And we owe everything to you.
I saw something.
Sorry,
behind the
Wildcats,
source
no idea
wall.
what a pistachio
A
is.
figure. I know not what or who, but
Post, I mean?
powerful.
Your paranoia knows no bounds.
Aluv, I just started playing last week, and I learned of the shaded comic material since it caught my eye. Do we know if it ever comes back?
There was nobody that would rather share
It did come back a few times, so
Never go
for
unchallenged.
the Wonder Women.
it's possible that it could come back still in the future, but the truth is we don't know. PDG90, how do you feel about Doomsday from the BVS movie? Ridiculous. They ruined the Doomsday. There was no reason to turn Zod into Doomsday. They could have made Doomsday his own character, so they completely missed the mark on that one. Let's go to phase 2. Again, I'm sure they thought they were being very, very clever to link Doomsday and Zod together. It was their way also to bring back Zod from the dead after killing him in a very ridiculous way at the end of Man of Steel. And the issue with Man of Steel is not just that they killed Zod, but within the context of the scene, there's no reason to. Like, Superman is holding Zod. Yeah, Zod is firing his beam. But there's plenty of room for the family to just run away. They could have run away easily. There was plenty of room. Like, it's not as if the heat vision, the beam, were blocking the way for the family to leave. They had plenty of room to run away. They could have done that. But they wanted to create fake tension, and they wanted to paint Superman in a corner where he had no choice. But at the end of the day, they just painted themselves in the corner. And they just made a scene that made no freaking sense. Even assuming that he does decide to do it, the way they made the scene, there was no reason for him to do it at that point. Because there was plenty of room for the family to just go away. Aluv, okay, thank you for the answer though. Sorry, I wish I could have given you a better answer, but it's one of those materials that was available for a limited time, and then and obviously it became one of the more popular character in the game because it's one of the few materials where you could actually customize the 3-color channels of your character. So it became a really popular material really fast. But sadly, since it was popular, then they brought it back a couple of times in some booster bundles. And then they brought it back last year. It was the big reward at the end of the campaign. And this year, they didn't take any chances. They gave us a brand new material. So last year, you could decide not to take the material if you already had it. But this year, nobody has that material. So it's going to be a tough choice. Radioactive says in Shaman King, the main character and his friends have mothers with the same name, but it's never pointed out in the actual pages of manga, just the info books. Antonio says, hello Multiverse, my favorite hero is standing next to you. So your favorite hero is Aquaman, isn't it? And do you like Aquaman or Momoa Aquaman? Because it's not at all the same character. At all. Oh, it seems we lost. We did lose someone. So we have room for one more. Unless there's someone here that's not in the group. Our Prophet is here. So we have room for one more, guys. So we'll wait a bit for somebody else to join. If not, here's what we'll do. We'll go play the bounties. So if some of you guys need the bounties, we'll start with Frozen Mogo and work our way down. Ideally, if we could go at least as far as Harley Quinn versus Apocalypse with the bounties, that could be fun. Antonio says yes. Wildcat says 'twas I. Sir Garwin, to be honest, and don't get me wrong, but they need to go back to the comic. They keep messing around with the origins with some of the characters. Absolutely. I agree with you on that. Now, if you're going to adapt something, like let's say you're going to make a movie or a series about the Batman, why even bother making a series about the Batman if you're going to change the character? The same for Superman, the same for Aquaman. If you make a series about a character, it's because you like the character. It's because there's an audience that likes that character the way he is. Why change that? Why take Superman and try? In a nutshell, what they did with Man of Steel is that they tried to take Superman and make him grim and greedy like the Batman. Sadly, something that often happens is that when the producers made the Christopher Nolan Batman movies, the one lesson they took from that was that it was dark, so that's why it was popular. So they figured that they had to make everything dark afterwards. So they tried to give us Dark Superman. So basically, Superman Begins and make it as dark as Batman, and it was a bad idea. But again, at the end of the studios, we have people who they don't know their own characters, or they don't understand their own characters, or maybe they just don't like their own characters. So instead of taking Superman and telling us a Superman story, they took Superman and they tried to turn him into the Batman from Christopher Nolan. And it was not good. And yes, the movie did make some money, but half of that audience they didn't like the movie. They decided to walk away from the movie. And then they gave us BVS. Again, there's a lot of people like the movie made like 160 something million that first weekend. A lot of people wanted to see Batman and Superman on the big screen together for the first time. But again, people walked away. The second week, people walked away because that wasn't what they wanted. So let us go to Frozen Mogo. Mogo. Pretty sure I'll replay the bounties, but if some of you guys do need the bounties, we'll play them right now.
Listen up. Some Red Lanterns are out there raising hell. That's the last thing we need right now. Help me take them down.
So we'll start with John Stewart. And let's go to phase. Oh, let's stay to phase 6, I guess. And let's wait for everyone. But yeah, they need to go back to the source. Absolutely. We thought that's what they would do with James Gunn. Turns out that not exactly. They decided to give us a weird Superman who would get beaten up all the time. And half of the movie is not so much a Superman movie, it's a Mr. Terrific and Lois Lane movie. When Superman spent half the movie in the prison, and the crux of the story is Mr. Terrific and Lois Lane having to save him, uh, not a good idea. Oh, I'll be right back. Give me a minute.
Here we go. The turrets are engaged. Get ready to move when that field drops. The engineer is hacking Terminal 1. Cover him. Terminal 1 is secure. Good work. Another engineer arrived. Keep him safe. Cover the engineer hacking Terminal 2. Terminal 1 is secure. Good work. We've secured Terminal 2. There's another engineer on the scene. You know what to do. We've got an engineer at Terminal 3. Keep him safe.
Sorry about that. That's what happens when you have a little Rocky to take care of. So obviously I missed out most of the mission. It happens.
By the authority of the Guardian, you will stop.
XDBD says, yeah, things might be bad now, let's say this game, but thankful it was not as bad compared to fighting games like Street Fighter or Tekken. Sir Garwin, either that or start bringing in the new characters like Nightwing, or bringing to the future with Lightning Lad and Bouncing Boy and that team, and let Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman fade off gracefully. They can't do that. Superman and Batman are they're big kahunas. There's not a kid in the world who doesn't have some Superman underoos or something like that.
Terminal 3 is secure. Excellent. We did it. All of the prisoners are free. Nice work, everybody. Real nice work.
So you heard that? Nice work, everyone. Everyone, he says. Oh, let's go to Vice next, which I think over here. So let's wait a bit for people. Oh, maybe not. But no, Batman and Superman are the most popular characters they have. They cannot let them fade into anything.
They've made a great mistake.
And right now, it seems DC Comics, on the comic side, the only thing they know how to sell is Batman. The only comic really that they have that is selling. Nah, that's not true. For a while, the only comic they had that was selling was Batman. But with the Absolute, again, they still have Absolute Batman, which is their bestseller. But some of the other series, like Absolute Superman, Absolute Wonder Woman, seems to be selling well as well. Although that is according to DC, so unless we see the actual numbers, we're gonna have to take their word for it at this point. Where's that? Oh yeah, I already did those. So let's go to Blue Lantern Outpost.
There are lanterns working to subdue those who have gone gray. Please assist them on the battlefield if you can.
Here we go. The turrets are engaged. Get ready to move when that field drops.
Too late, we're not there anymore. So let's go over here. Dang, they've already started the evil Lucia. Or Lucia. Let's call her Lucy.
Getting on my nerves.
You're right, bollocks now.
Anime says Marvel has better heroes in my opinion. Way more big hitters than DC. DC have iconic characters that have been around for 85 years. There are people who never read a single comic who knows who Superman is, who knows who Batman is, who knows who the Joker is.
I'm reading
And Wildcat says,
in you, my friend. Be careful.
oh, I guess we're done here. So let's go
Your
to...
gray energy has returned to a safe level, my friend. Proceed.
Let's go to Mournful Mogo. So Robin and Superboy were doing really good till the age jump. Yeah, they had something with those characters. People really did seem to enjoy
Hey there.
the
Hope you're up
two
for
of them
fighting
together.
Zombies because there's a bunch of them out
The
there,
refugees
and we
need
can
protection.
use all the help
Set
we
up
can get.
fortifications and take down any hostiles in the area.
But somehow they hired
Gray Lanterns
Brian
seek
Michael
to
Bendis.
overwhelm others with
He
sorrow
decided to
and
age up the
grief.
characters,
Where
and
Necron
nobody at
goes, the
DC,
Black Hand is soon to follow.
nobody at DC it seems were able to tell him that it wasn't a good idea. Although it could be that maybe they were pushing for that.
Evacuating refugees.
That wouldn't be surprising. Oh, so let's start with the refugees, or are we too late?
You're in for a right kicking.
The central wall has been destroyed. We must evacuate the remaining...
Oh, noes! Anime, and there's people that haven't read a comic who knows Spider-Man is known, who the Hulk is, know who Iron Man is, and I can't keep going.
It's no good.
For the Hulk, what made the Hulk popular was a TV show from the 70s. Most people know the Hulk from that. When people saw the Ang Lee Hulk, they thought they were getting the Hulk from the Lou Ferrigno Hulk, and they were very disappointed. For Spider-Man, I'll give you that. Iron Man is, in my neck of the wood, Iron Man has been popular for a long time. But overall, it's only since the movies, since the MCU, that Iron Man is really known around the world. Maybe not. You might be wrong, I guess. You might be right, I guess, with Iron Man. But anyway, you slice it, without Superman, you don't have Spider-Man, you don't have Iron Man, you don't have anyone. Too late. You said you can't. You can't.
Yes.
Let it go.
No backseas.
Your vigor disgusts me. The light blinds me. It's all meaningless.
Lots of letters. Wish they'd bring back the BVS Superman emblem for at least a month. Nah, they can't because of the licensing issues. I assume they would have to buy a different license or a license for the films, and I'm pretty sure they don't want to spend money for that.
Yes.
Anime says DC's biggest iconic characters are Superman, Batman, and Joker.
It's
Nobody's gonna
all
watch a
meaningless.
Catwoman movie or a Booster Gold movie. Ah, you're so mean to Booster Gold.
The light blinds me.
Well, Catwoman, we saw the result, but again, we didn't have a very good. It wasn't a very good movie to begin with. For Booster Gold, yeah, no one knows Booster Gold. And even in the comics, they did struggle to find him an audience. The most popular that Booster Gold was when he was part of the Justice League International with Blue Beetle. That is one they should have at the time they should have made a like the blue and the gold
Teleporter is almost ready
series
to
that we're
receive
talking about.
evacuees.
They were thinking about
Prepare to
making
move
a Booster Gold Blue Beetle series, and they never did. So that was quite a missed opportunity for Booster Gold and for Blue Beetle. Although they had managed to find they make a pretty good series with Booster Gold in the early 2000s, but then they had the new 52, and all of that went out the window. Radioactive says, I think Marvel won with the younger millennial, older Gen Z crowd, and unfortunately we're the loudest people online right now until Gen Alpha gets a bit older. Anime, that's why they only make Superman, Batman movie. Other DC characters wouldn't make money. Well, they would if they actually did a decent movie. Like The Flash, we know from the Flash TV show that The Flash does have an audience, but the Flash movie pretty much killed. Well, the last few seasons of The Flash and the Flash movie pretty much killed any momentum that the Flash had. Even Green Lantern, like the Green Lantern animated series they made about the same time as the film, actually was pretty good and was had an audience. The problem is that the toys killed it. The DC was so sure that the Green Lantern movie would be a hit that they told the comic shops to order a lot of Green Lantern toys, and the shops did. And sadly, they were stuck with those toys. So when the time came to purchase some Green Lantern toys for the animated series, they did not want to do that because they were already stuck with a lot of toys from the movies. So sadly, the non-success of the Green Lantern movie killed the animated series as well, in a roundabout ways. Sir Garwin, in that Hulk TV series, David Banner scientist became Bruce Banner when he became the Hulk. Yes. Yes, he was called David Banner because somehow they didn't like the name Bruce for some reason. And then in the comic, Stan being the wise guy that he is, he actually renamed the character
Refugee Group Alpha has been
Bruce David Banner, or something like that. I think at first he was supposed to be Robert Bruce Banner, way back when, and then he became David Bruce Banner, or Bruce David Banner, I forget the actual name. If you guys want to join the bounties, You don't even have to be in a group. Just come and join us. It'll be fine.
Enemy forces are assaulting the western wall. Hold the line. The enemy attacks the central wall. Protect it immediately.
Oh, knows! Brandon says, will DCUO ever get another power, or is new power 100% off the table? Nah, it's I forgot the expression. It's done like dinner, I guess. Not really what I was looking for, but I'll do. Now, with the augments, if we get new powers, it'll be with the augments. The math is simple enough. When they give us a new power, they give us a power with how many abilities? So with a new power, they give us roughly 25 new abilities. With the new augment, they give us 5 new abilities. And if you buy a power, it's $5. If you buy an augment, it's $50. So the math doesn't make any sense, but there we go. So by making just 5 abilities, they make 10 times the money they would make than by making 25 new abilities. So at this point, I don't think we'll ever see a new power. What we'll see is new iconic powers and new augments. Also, with the new power, well, you have to respect your characters. How many people are willing to do that? As opposed to with the augments, you can use the augments in addition to the power you're using right now. So with the powers, you sell those for $5, and there's only a small fraction of your player base that will use them. With the augments, it's $50 if people buy them, and every single characters, every single players can decide to use those augments. So the math doesn't make any sense to make new powers under those conditions.
The enemy attacks the central wall. Protect it immediately. The eastern wall is under attack. Defend it at once.
Anime says, so Marvel has better writers, like the movie or not? Marvel movie do better than DC movies? We might have said that before Endgame, but since Endgame, it's the same. It's as bad on either side. Before Endgame, we could have said that Marvel had the better writers, but after Endgame, something happened. There was a shift, or maybe there was a change in the staff. We know also that there was the Me Too movement that was used to push a lot of the old talents out. So a lot of the old talents, they got rid of a lot of the old talents. They replaced them with newer talents that obviously just cannot do the job. Oh, I guess we're done. So before in game, yeah, it could have been argued that Marvel had the better writers, but since in game, nah, that ship has sailed.
Be prepared to assist. No.
The giant tree beast will plague this land no more. But the enemy is cunning.
Like a Terran cockroach.
So let's go to Mogo.
Be ready to destroy them if they do.
Should he return, I trust you'll stand ready to teach him the error of his ways.
Mogo. And right now, Marvel movies are not doing very well. So
Arkillo and his crew are here, and they're doing some serious damage.
Hank
If you're up for a
Henshaw,
fight,
the
head out and
so-called
shut those
cyborg
yellow lanterns
Superman,
down.
is wreaking havoc here on Mogo. I don't...
Actually, from what I understand, even though Superman is no success, Superman actually did better than any Marvel movie this year. He did better than Fantastic Four, and
Hey, I could use
Thunderbolts,
your help. Guardians are taking advantage of the situation.
and then Captain America:
We
Brave New
have
World.
energized several Mogo
Taking
crystals
down
with the
Wreck
blue
Yard Tech.
energy of hope.
Rescue the
The
civilians.
yellow lanterns
Go.
are corrupting them with the power
Got a
of
minute?
fear.
A squad of my
Looking to
fellow
rebuild
lanterns
those
are
lanterns
patrolling
and
a
restore
region
the
here on
crystals.
Mogo, and they could use some backup. We placed 3 control towers along the patrol route. The enemy corrupted...
I guess we're going to stay in phase 2. So let us start with pillars. Let's see if we can. So phase pillar 1 is done. So no choice. We have to go to pillar 2. So sadly, there was a shift that happened at Marvel with Endgame, and it was pretty much a disaster for Marvel.
Now hold it.
Sir Garwin says Bruce was David's alt when they faked David's death. It's been a while since I watched the show, so I'll take your word for it. But I'm pretty sure at some point in the comics,
My will is unbreakable.
Stanley called him Bruce David Banner or something like that to link him with the TV show, but I could be misremembering. It has been a while. Further to Wicked, when is the next update besides the spring event? Well, we probably will have Superman Day, I would say April 14th or around that time. And we'll probably get, what else could we get? Other than that, then it'll probably be the next DLC sometimes
By
in
the authority of the Guardians.
May, June.
Beware my power. Green Lantern's light.
And we're probably going to be due for a new time capsule soon. So we're going to have to wait and see, I guess.
Look, an exobit. Wait, no.
Brandon is saying, I'm trying to open more time capsule. I'm one away from getting Sundust Burst. Yeah, but that one is pretty rare. You could open, if you're not lucky, you could open 200, 500 time capsule and still not get the iconic ability. So let's hope you don't have to do that. Personally, what I strongly suggest is to play the broker. Yes, I know it's expensive. Like earlier today, I bought the Bat Swarm ability from my Batman alternate character, and I'm pretty much broke right now. I could have bought the Lasso ability, but I decided to get the Bat Swarm for my Batman. The anime says the Marvel Cinematic Universe has historically performed better than DC at the box office. There's no argument there. The problem is that this year it didn't perform at all. And it's not just the movies did not perform, the TV shows did not perform. And the last few TV shows like Echo were, I would say, a disaster, and that's not too strong a word. I think the last good TV show they had was Hawkeye, maybe. Maybe Daredevil, depending on who you ask. Some people did enjoy Daredevil Born Again. Some people thought it was the worst thing they had seen in a long time. So I suppose, depending on who you ask, either Hawkeye or Daredevil is the last good TV show they had. But either way, since Endgame, Marvel has been struggling as much, if not more, than DC. And again, sweet irony, Despite all the flaws, despite underperforming, turns out Superman actually did better than the Marvel movie this year.
Surrender.
Not even close.
And it's easy to understand why. For Captain America: Brave New World, they tried to remake the Winter Soldier storyline. It's pretty much the same story points, the same story points point per point. For Thunderbolts, they tried to remake the Suicide Squad, the first Suicide Squad movie,
This is a worthy battle.
and for Fantastic Four, they remade Rise of the Silver Surfer, but the Silver Surfer is a lady, and at least they gave us the actual Galactus. So there wasn't much. There wasn't much for Marvel.
Your need is great.
There wasn't much offering from Marvel this year. But Superman, in my book, was not any better. But from what I understand, money wise, it's actually the movie, the superhero movie that did less bad than the rest this year. They tried to make it a success because it had performed better than Marvel, but it wasn't a success. But the Marvel movie underperformed so much that it made Superman look good by comparison,
I move in shadow and darkness.
which is an issue in itself, I suppose.
I am without fear.
Marvel was a juggernaut. Now you have to wonder what they were thinking. Like, imagine you have a winning formula. You have the biggest cinematic universe in the world. You have a formula that earns you like $30 billion, and you decide to change that. Who does that?
Ring, that's it. We did it. Nice work, everybody. Nice work.
So let's go fight the evil Ankensha. So they had a great formula that worked well, and they decided to throw that away and restart with new characters that nobody knows about. They decided to kill Iron Man, their most popular character at the time, other than Spider-Man. They decided to turn Captain America into Joe Biden. That's crazy, but they did that. And then they're puzzled that their movies are tanking all of a sudden.
We are beyond death.
Brandon is asking any new allies coming.
He's using his heat.
Coming, I missed the last two. No word on new allies, so we don't know. If I was a betting man, I would say that maybe Supergirl because of the Supergirl movie. But other than that, I couldn't even begin to tell you. Antonio is saying, I'm waiting for the ultimate recruitment. Absolutely, me too.
Keep attacking. Finish him.
I'm hoping we get it soon, but no words about that yet. I guess I would have to look up when we got it last year. Maybe we'll get it around the same time. But on that front, the devs are a bit inconsistent. They try not to do the same thing every year, it seems.
Do this the hard way?
I'm from the 25th century.
Brendan says the one I need cost 300 million. I'm trying to grind that much. Yeah. Yeah, sadly, sometimes you have no choice. You have to roll your sleeves and you play the broker game. Oh, I guess we could play the. People are probably missing the first. You're probably at 5 out of 6 for the lantern stuff. So let's do the first one here. and then we'll go fight Arkilo afterwards. Or I guess maybe not. I guess people are already fighting Arkilo. Yeah. Anime, they haven't performed well at all, but so as in DC, absolutely. It's just that the Marvel movie underperformed so much that even though Superman did underperform, it underperformed a bit. It did a tiny bit better than the Marvel movies. So people try to use that to say that the Superman movie was a success. So that was the metric people were using to try to turn Superman into a success. But afterwards, we had the Warner Brothers executive that pretty much came out and told us it wasn't the case. The Netflix executive told us it wasn't the case. I forget who else. But still, there are people who will use the fact that it did better than Marvel movies to say that it was a success. Brandon says, you think you will get another Lantern Ring? I really hope we get the orange or indigo. It would be nice to get more rings, but the truth is we don't know. I would say that the ring we did get was an accident, a fluke. But I'm hoping that we'll get some more rings in the future. But the truth is, we don't know. The devs are not telling us. So all we can do is wait and hope.
The point's ours. Now hold it.
My will won't be broken.
XDBD Multi, you might be surprised to hear this, but it's looking like Wonder Man is going to get another season because they made announcements saying that. I would wait for that. It's easy. It doesn't cost anything to announce a new season. You guys may remember the Fantastic Four by Josh Trank. When the first movie was released, they were already announcing a second Fantastic Four movie, and they had big plans for the franchise and all that. Didn't work. That second movie never happened. It doesn't cost anything to announce a movie, so it's very
Ring, I need more power.
it's trying to overhype the project for very cheap. It's very cheap promotion. So all you have to do is announce there's going to be 3 other movies, 10 other movies, 50 other episodes, but you don't have to produce anything. Remember when we had The Last Jedi and they announced that Ryan Johnson would have a whole trilogy of movies? That never happened, but again, it doesn't cost anything to say we're making three more Star Wars movies. So I would say here it's the same thing. It's very easy to announce a Wonder Woman season, but will they actually do it? Now it could be that because when you look at Wonder Man, it must have been really cheap to produce. It's nothing happens. There's barely any visual effects, and so they probably were able to do it with a handful of quarters. So maybe based on that, it did not cost anything to produce. It did create content for their Disney Plus channel, so maybe from their point of view, it's a quote-unquote success. But again, for all we know, they're just saying that, and that they have no intention to make a second season. We'll have to wait and see.
Energy levels dropping.
They picked the wrong core to mess with. Keep it up.
Justine Adius, what's everyone's favorite Marvel character? Mine is Spider-Man. Spider-Man is a good one. Mine is, I would say probably Wolverine. Not because it's Canadian. So I guess we're done here.
You did good out there. Get some rest. They might try to hit us again. If they
Ah, John is so nice. He says we did good.
You've done well today. That said, Henshaw
nice.
is quite persistent.
That's what I'm talking
Should
about.
he return
It might
to make
be a while
nuisance of
before
himself,
Arkillo tries
I
anything
trust
like
you'll
that
show
again.
him the
And if
error
he
of
does,
his ways.
Anime says the Fantastic Four opened with a strong estimate of 218 million globally. In July 2025, narrowly trailing or matching the competitive debut of Superman. Overall, from what I understand, Superman did more business, and also Fantastic Four dropped like a rock, from what I understand. And remember, once upon a time, 218 millions. They were doing that just in the U.S. on opening weekend way back when. So that's quite a step back. Let's go back to Metropolis. I guess we could take a quick look. Let's see, Fantastic Four box office.
Look out! Ah!
Yeah, I did open at 118. And global, it did 521. Let's see our friend Superman.
Run! Oh no!
You've got to stop them.
Run! Whoa!
Superman ended up doing 624. So yeah, a good 100 million. Superman overperformed from compared to Fantastic Four. Superman did 100 million more, but compared to Man of Steel, it did roughly 45 million less. So it did better than Fantastic Four, but it did not even do as well as Man of Steel, and that is even without taking into account inflation. So yeah, anyway you slice it, Superman was not a success, but it was still more successful than the Fantastic Four by 100 million. Let's see.
Do something! Run for your lives!
Oof, Captain America did 415.
Run for your lives!
So Captain America did even less than Fantastic Four at 415, so roughly 100 million less than Fantastic Four. And let's see Thunderbolts. And Thunderbolts is a masterclass at how not to promote a movie, but that's another debate. Like making the bait and switch that it was really Thunderbolts, it was actually the new Avengers. That's terrible. And AI is so embarrassed by the Thunderbolts, it doesn't even tell me how much they did. Now, let's see.
Run! Run!
So Thunderbolts did 382 million. So anyway you slice it, yeah, Superman was the most successful superhero movie in the world in 2025. But 2025 was a terrible movie for superhero movies. So it's a it's not much of a bragging or not much of a brag. Probably miss saying that, but anyway.
Run! Run!
Get away!
Get away!
Yeah, they did 500 million, but Superman did 600 million. So anyway you slice it, despite a terrible performance, Superman still did 100 million more than Fantastic Four. So what does that tell you about Fantastic Four? They performed already. The performance for Superman was not good, and Fantastic Four did 100 million less. So that's even less than good. PDG-90, all the X-Men are my favorite. The X-Men were pretty cool. Depend which X-Men, I guess. There's various eras of the X-Men. Mine, my favorite, obviously, is the all different X-Men when they introduced Storm, Cyclops, not Cyclops, Storm, Colossus, Nightcrawler. They didn't introduce Wolverine. Wolverine had been introduced in the Hulk, but still. So that early era of the X-Men, drawn by Dave Cockrum, dang was that good. And then afterwards we got the John Byrne and Terry Austin X-Men. So that was it's kind of hard to do better than that. Shadow Knight says, "Me too. Wolverine is my favorite Marvel character." Sir Garwin, as far as the announcement go, both DC and Marvel Studios universe like to count their chicken before they hatch. Yeah, they like to overhype their stuff, hoping that they will able to hide their failures, and I guess it kind of works a bit sometimes. But right now, one of the Marvel are shooting themselves a bit in the foot. Marvel used to do a lot of their business in Georgia, and then they decided not to do that anymore. They decided to do all their business in Pinewood Studios in the UK. And sadly for them, in order to be able to get, because they're going to the UK, because the UK is giving a huge check. I think it's 25% of the 20 or 25% of the budget. They're giving that back to the studio when they make movies in their country. But in order to be able to get that 20-25%, they have to give an actual number of how much they've spent to make the movie. And now we can know exactly down to the penny how much money Marvel are spending. So a lot of their movies, or they were saying, oh, we just spent 200 million. Turns out a lot of their 200 millions actually did cost 360 million or more. That's another thing also to consider anime, is that how much did the Fantastic Four really cost? Once we do get some actual numbers, or the real numbers, like in 6 months, it might be an even bigger disaster than what we have right now. Anime says, yeah, but that's pretty good. Marvel didn't even have its big hitters, and DC had its number one money maker, and Marvel was still right there opening day. I understand you're trying really hard to defend Marvel anime, but you're defending the indefensible. What you're defending is not defendable. So defend it as much as you like. Uh, you lost before you even lost you even said the first word. Anyway you slice it, Marvel didn't do well. Oh, it's Bodert says, Multi, I made a Blue Marvel. Yeah, we can make a pretty good Blue Marvel in this scenario. Oh well, speak of the Blue Devil. XDBD says at least we have the X-Men to look forward after the next two Avengers movie because that's what the next phase is about. Pretty much for Marvel. Yeah, but the problem is that the people at Marvel right now, not the same people that were at Marvel 15 years ago when the whole thing first started. So sadly, yes, they're going to make the X-Men, but the people that are making the X-Men are the same people who gave us the Marvels, are the same people who gave us Echo, are the same people who gave us. You understand? Yes, they will give us the X-Men, but sadly, the people giving us the X-Men are the same people who gave us not so good movies for the past 5 years.
Please, you've got to help.
I'm not defending DC. Everyone can agree that Superman did not perform well. But sadly, it did perform a bit better than Marvel. That you're missing my whole point anyway. Superman did not do well, but because it did better than Marvel, people are trying to say that he did well. He did not do well. Anyone with half a brain knows that. Everyone who can add 2 plus 2 knows that. But there are people who are using the fact that he did better than Fantastic Four to say that he did well. He did not do well, but neither did the Marvel. Marvel has not been doing well since Endgame. The exception to that is Spider-Man. And Spider-Man technically is a Sony movie, not even a Marvel movie. So when Spider-Man No Way Far From Home makes $2 billion, well, Marvel only get 25% of that, and the rest of the money goes to Sony. So that doesn't help them all that much. Where is Superman's statue on the map? Well, that's a good question. It's in pretty much in the middle of the big island, and pretty much left of the park. It's the best way I can describe it.
You've got to stop them. Please, you've got to help.
PDG90 says, who owns the rights to the Incredible Hulk? Marvel owns the rights, but Paramount owns distribution rights. Although apparently that was settled not too long ago, but I'm not sure about the details. But as far as I know, Paramount, for a long time, Paramount would own the distribution rights. And that is why we haven't had a Hulk movie in a long, long time. Marvel and Disney do not like to share. They could have made a Hulk movie, but they would have had to share the profits with Paramount, and they did not want to do that. So the sneaky sneakers at Marvel, what they ended up doing is that they would release the Hulk in the Avengers. They would release the Hulk in Thor Ragnarok. And they did release the Hulk in Captain America Brave New World. So they were able to basically give us Hulk movies without giving us Hulk movies. And they did that just so they would not have to pay Paramount a single penny for distributing the movie.
Get away.
So sadly, that's the kind of sneaky sneakers that you have at the head of those studios. And also, you can. That's an example that the head of those studios do not want to share. They do not share anything with anyone unless they have no choice. Robin says thanks. Oh, you're welcome. Justiniadis, my favorite Superman movie is the first Christopher Reeve movie. Absolutely. Best Superman movie we ever had. Although my favorite is actually the second one, Superman 2 with the evil Zod. Although it is the first movie I saw. I was a bit too young to go to the theaters to see the first Superman movie. And so I was able to later on to see Superman 2. And that was the first Superman movie I saw in theaters. And dang did I love it. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. But I love it still. But the one thing that is perfect is Christopher Reeve. He was Superman.
Help! Help!
So I guess we're going to be done for tonight, guys. So let's give a little bow to everyone.
Get away!
So what will we have next week? I guess it depends. If we do have the spring seasonal next week, that will probably be the theme for next Friday. If we do not have the spring seasonal, we'll probably do something else. We'll know soon enough. And the next week, if all goes well, we should have Shadow Lady with us. But we never know. Sir Garwin, the Christopher
Don't
Reeve
let the
movie of
villains
Superman.
win.
That was scary. Sir Garwin says the Christopher Reeve movies of Superman did better than the recent movies done by both DC and Marvel came out with, in my opinion. Yeah, I suppose you could say that. Well, it depends if you take into account inflation or not. But I wouldn't be surprised if even without taking into account inflation, well, I wouldn't be surprised if the movie did better. Also, considering how movies are doing these days. David Sharp says thank you for the stream. Everyone have a good rest of the weekend and see you all next week. I guess that's going to be it for tonight, guys. So, guys, thanks to everyone who came to play with us. Thanks to everyone who came to chat with us. And, of course, thanks to all of you guys watching. You guys are awesome. So, guys, have a great weekend. And we'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye, guys. Oh.